We lost him.
There he is.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take pancakes out. My son is home sick. Good morning, everyone. Welcome
Good morning.
to Notes of the Week. This is Sick of This Shit Publications. I'm Nick Paro, not your dad. Apparently still with fibromyalgia and neuropathy, but I do. But I'm not your dad. I'm joined by my good friend, Walter Rhein, level 36 magic user. And he'd rather be writing, but he's talking and he's pissed off. So welcome, Walter. It's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
And we're joined by two really fun and special guests today. Today's going to be, we've been having fun in the background trying to get things set up. We've been having fun talking and just going at it for this morning. It's going to be a great show. Everybody's going to have a good time. We're all going to have a great time. Last week, we celebrated artwork for the whole damn show. This week, we're going to celebrate artwork again and try to get to our notes this time. And we're joined by two people you have all seen before, but I want to have them introduce themselves real quick so everybody remembers who they are because they're two fucking amazing people. And we're so glad to have two guests with us today instead of one. And we're joined first by Will Fullwood of the Contraband Wagon. Will, welcome, brother. How are you, my friend?
I am amazing, Nick. I'm really glad to be here with all of you fine people. It's a wonderful morning. I had my breakfast, even though I'm coming here tired and dragging. I cooked my nice breakfast, took care of my patient, my husband, who was just in an accident. We'll talk about it during the notes. And I'm just really glad to be here, guys.
Will, I'm so glad you're here. And I'm so glad that your husband is okay and mending and he's going to recover. And he's going to make a recovery. And I'm so thankful that you were able to be there for him and with him.
Me too.
So glad you're here with us today. I'm glad you were able to make it today that your patient let you join us today, because I know us men, we can sometimes be a little over the top when we're sick.
Bro, you need to say that directly to him. Let me get him on the. No, I'm just kidding.
No, sir. No, sir. I know when that's a trap. That's a trap, gentlemen. That's a trap, gentlemen. Don't do that. Don't ever do that, friends. If you're ever offered that ability to say that, don't do it. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's very true, though. Like men are not the best patients.
Man, Will, I'm so glad you're with us today. I'm
too.
really glad you were able to make it today and join us because you're awesome, dude. You're awesome. I've gotten to get to know you over the last couple months and see your work and talk to you. Just so glad that, I'm just glad to have friends. To be honest, hey everyone, I'm Nick. I was lonely as a man because I didn't have a lot of friends and I isolated myself and I worked all the time. And now my work is talking with my friends. So it's good for me and us.
That's awesome, bro. Isn't that a wonderful story?
Man.
I just love that you turn connection into your work. I love that. Actually, we need more people doing that. Just like Walter, just like Margaret. Actually, all of us
just
here.
Like
really.
you. Yeah.
Exactly. All of us here turning connection into our work. It's very interesting.
It leads us perfectly into our next guest, Margaret Williams, who is the empowered leader. And I think turning your connections and the things you love into the work you're doing in a positive way is what empowered leadership is about in many ways. And Margaret, good morning. It's really good to have you. Can you introduce yourself and say hi to everyone in the audience? I know you're not listed on our live feed on Substack side, but Margaret, it's so good to have you with us. And you'll get listed on the end. We all know Margaret's here. She's going to kick some ass today. Good morning, my friend.
Names. Okay. Yes, Margaret Williams. I am the author of the Empowered Leader publication, where I help marginalized leaders increase their visibility, their freedom, and their impact. And I am truly honored to be here today. And with my friends here, Nick, Walter, and will. And without you guys, I wouldn't be here. And also without all the loyal followers, and subscribers, and even though everybody here listening here on the show, thank you so much. I am truly honored to be here.
We're honored
We're
to have
honored
you.
to be. Yeah, we're honored to have you. Yeah, I feel the same way.
Margaret, if nobody has told you today, you're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And you
You're
guys too.
awesome.
And thank you. And a quick a speedy recovery to your spouse,
Yeah.
Will.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Margaret.
And so it's gonna be. We were talking before the show about just life and things that are going on, and the fact that, have you heard we're at war? Has anybody heard that we're
come on.
bombing people?
Yeah. We're bombing little kids. We're killing
and we're
little
blowing
kids.
up schools, and we suck, and we're a whole bunch of assholes.
Oh yeah, I'm having a going away party soon. For those who don't know, I'm moving to France.
Good
Less
for
than
you,
3
man.
months now. One-way tickets purchased.
Nice. Nice.
Good for you.
Yeah, so
Crepes. He'll be.
I'm having a
crepes.
going away party, and I'm calling it the Fleeing Homicidal Maniacs party.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just seems to be a suitable name, for this time period right now.
Yeah. Man. Yeah.
I was in the Army, and I've been listening to other vets talk about this and discuss what's going on. It's not hard to reconcile the difference between like our service members and the actions of our government, but it's really hard to it is hard to reconcile the failure of the institution around it, and like the noble sacrifices that so many of our leaders, true military leaders and veterans, have done before compared to what's going on now. And it just feels like nobody had the courage to just say, sir, this is a fucking dumb idea. And that's like all the generals had to do with each other was just go, one of them could have just been, and they all could have come together on this really smart thought pattern of like, bombing Iran doesn't do us any good. Doesn't help.
Can I say something? Say something? I want to say this. If we look back at history, we see the same patterns throughout. Okay. And that's the reason why I spoke about the differences between arrogance and ego. And strictly, it's all about arrogance. And before we make these moves, we should take 5 seconds, like Mel Robbins said, and think about what we're doing and the cost and the impacts of it. Is it worth it? When we look back at the Iraq War, was it worth it in the end? All the money that we paid, all the people we lost, the resources, everything that we built over there and left, it was stripped. Returned to where it was before we got there. That's because we should have never been there to begin with.
Yep.
Yeah, you talked about sorry Nick. Sorry Walter, go ahead.
Oh no, you go, Will.
I was just gonna say, you talked earlier, Nick, about doing any good, but they're not trying to do good. That's the point. They're not trying to do good. They're doing evil. That's what they're doing. They have fully embraced evil very transparently before our very eyes. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing with our tax dollars. That they are killing people all over the freaking world.
Not only can we see it, we can feel it. Okay? We can feel it, and we realize it every day, and we can feel it in our bodies, and we feel that our life is just slowly just being taken away, and we have no control.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Walter.
No, that's good. Never apologize to me. Like I said, things you will not tolerate any longer, and then give us your list. I love it. I love it. but I wanted to say that, yeah, it's like there's not enough outrage right now. I mean, we murdered all those kids. We murdered those little girls. But I've been saying it's like it's not enough. Our route, first of all, we're not even at that level. We need to be just outraged about that. But then we also need to move the whole pendulum so that we're outraged when they make the bombs in the first place. That's where we need to be. You know, we have a long way to go because they aren't going to build these bombs to help anybody. You know, we need to be mad when they're wasting money on things like that. Let's be buying, you know, education and healthcare and prosperity and stop investing so much in just death.
They find a way to utilize these contractors so they can get paid. They're sitting there not making any money. You made all this stuff, so let's figure out how we can get them paid. And while we are dying,
and it's gonna get worse.
Yeah,
it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
It's gonna get
I'm glad you're the one to say that today, Nick, instead of me, because normally it's me.
All right, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this, friends. Or I'm gonna pull my glasses down. It's gonna get worse.
Yeah,
it's gonna get worse. Hi, everyone in the chat. Sorry to ruin your day, and probably the next couple years, maybe decades.
Well, I mean, you're just reporting, you know, you're not ruining.
Yeah, I'm not going to apologize for the. We talked about this before the show. We need to stop apologizing for things we're not sorry for. We all do it. We all need to take that to heart. Let's stop apologizing for the things we aren't sorry for.
Yeah,
I am not sorry.
Responsibility. Take responsibility.
I'm not sorry to truth. I'm not sorry that I have to report this. I'm sorry that it's happening to us.
Yeah,
not me personally.
Yes.
But I'm sorry that it is happening to us, and we need to stop it, and we can stop it. However, it is going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. My note is all about that today, about the DHS ICE concentration camp facilities they're building in the U.S. that ain't nobody talking about either right now. Will, yours is a note about love. Margaret, if you've got a note for us too, that you want us to spread and share. I don't know if I got it from you or not.
Joy.
Yes.
Joy. Just joy in general.
Yes. Oh God, we need that.
I could probably just find a note from Margaret, your feed, and it's all joy. It's all about joy.
Yes.
Because that's who you are. So this is going to be a day of joy.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Get through all of this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Purposeful joy. That's actually why we do the art section in our show. Is purposeful joy. Is so that everyone gets a little bit of joy from art. I know last week we had Hal Weems on, and she nailed it.
Yeah,
her artwork is freaking amazing. Like amazing. And we're gonna talk about her all the time now. Like she's one of my new favorite artists now because of the shit that she draws. Like the piece she drew from, I think it was entitled From Montgomery to Selma. Actually, I have it in the notes. Oh, it's in the wrong section. But I think it was like it hit me because it was the style that I really enjoy. Like I love the stippling or pointillism style that she used. And it was just so powerful looking at all those images. And we love celebrating that. Purposeful joy.
It was
because
nice
there's
to
a
just
lot of shit that's going on.
Bathe in creativity.
Go ahead. I just want to say there was remnants in there of Rosa Parks and the non-violence resistance. Okay.
Yes.
And the boycott. Yes, we broke it. Okay. We took our power back.
Yes. God, that's so significant because the violence is what they use, and our weapon is so much stronger, and it's creativity and joy and celebration and love, and we can't be defeated. Yeah. And it was so fun to just bathe in creativity and brilliance and the brilliance of our young people last week. I was so charged after that talk. I felt so good. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
We needed that. We were just both like, oh my God, thank you for being so brilliant and talented. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know how she walked away from that conversation, but like we just heaped praise at her for 2 hours or an hour and a half. It was just
That's
Hallie
nice.
Claire, you're amazing,
Mhm.
Hallie Claire. Like
Marlon was just in there smiling, just a happy dad. That made me just as happy as she did. I just love that. That's just the best thing ever. Happy
Yeah, that's
dads make me happy because there's not enough.
Yes.
Of them.
Joy.
Yeah.
Joy. Yes.
dads who are willing to be happy too for their kids and for their families. We need more of y'all.
Just came. He
My-
just emanated. Just it
My,
emanated
like-
out of him. He just sat there silently being proud of his daughter, and I'm just like, wow, you're just sitting there and look at that all day long. The most beautiful thing ever.
Marlon is a
Smile.
really good Marlon's a really good example I've learned of what it can be to be someone who is just like celebrates the joy and grows and learns, and he's not someone who would fit the slogan that I've come up with, which is the just suck less, because he sucks a lot less than some of the models that he was provided of manhood, and he's offered such a better version. So like the just suck less doesn't even fit for Marlon because he did it so well. Like he sucks so much less that it's like he's like the sippy straw. He wouldn't even be able to drink out of the water bottle. Like it would just evaporate for him. So I'm waiting on my water bottle to come in. Yeah, Marlon Weems. He's fucking awesome. And his daughter, Hallie Claire Weems, is an artist who is incredible. Like young artist, just out of college, looking for ways to enter the world as a true adult artist who is trying to promote and sell her work and become part of whatever is coming, like moving forward. And whatever
Rembrandt
happens.
you have to go practice a little bit more. I mean, that's honest to God how good she is. Like Rembrandt was just, shit. I better get back to the drawing board over here.
Yeah. I got off the show too, and because Hallie Claire had said some really nice things about the eyeballs that my daughter had drawn. And I told my daughter those. I told her about it too. Like I showed her Hallie Claire's artwork. I was like, hey, here's some stuff that she's done. Here's like, I went through her feed too. And I was like, here's an image of what Hallie did I think it was like 2006 compared to 2026. And I was like, this is what you can do. Like, this is what a person can do over 10 years, 20 years or 2000, was it two? No. 2016 to 2026. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're like too much older.
What's so important about your story there, Nick, is that you showed her a model of the future. You showed her what her future could possibly be. And that is, oftentimes people are imagining a terrible future especially these days, right? With everything going on. It's difficult for people to imagine a future where things are not just absolutely horrible, but that future is possible, and you're giving your daughter that level of imagination, that space to imagine and dream is priceless. And every parent should be out there trying to do the same thing. I love that you're being a model and sharing that story with us right now, because we need imagination and we need creativity in order to get through this, and to join our hearts together.
You gave her hope, is what you gave her. When you gave her that hope, you lit a fire up under her. Okay?
Yeah. Perfect.
I also got to go and live one of my own dreams this past week. Or 2 weeks ago. Well, we haven't really talked about it, Walter. I got to go to Minneapolis, and I got to be part of the press. Hold on. This is a dream of mine that's come true. I got freaking press pass, y'all.
Wow.
To a rock show, to a rock concert. Like,
nice.
I got to be on the other side of the velvet robe.
That's cool.
And I got to interact with other creators and other people who were there to speak, and the dancers, and I actually got to talk with a couple of the dancers who were out there. Was a local dance group that did it was native tribal dancing. And it was so powerful. Like they had the incense out, and I recorded each one. So, and I got some really good close-ups of some of the individual dancers. I'll make sure that I put those out if I haven't already, or I'll repost them so that they're easier to find. Is because they were so freaking good. Like the energy and the vibrance that they gave, and this, like, the whole thing I walked away with was, one, I got to be super up close and I got to see all these amazing groups and like experience their power, but I also got to walk away with a new sense of energy that they just pushed out. Because Walter, we've talked about this, and you express this a lot too, is the people in Minneapolis are really community driven now. If they weren't before, they are now, and they're together in a way that they weren't before all of this happened, and they're expressing it really openly and vibrantly. And there is a real sense of hate and anger underneath the surface because they are really pissed off about what's happening to them and their community and their families and their friends and their neighbors. And they are driven by it, not to hurt others, but to help others. And they're driven by it to make their city better, but also the rest of America better by not allowing it to happen. And I took that away, and I reminded myself that no matter what, like, the art is, we need to celebrate it in its fullest and not offer critiques, just offer praise.
Yeah.
And so, like, I got to revel in that experience, and then I'm bringing it home, and like I'm being very deliberate in how I talk to my kids about their art and creativity. Now, we purposely sat down yesterday to draw. My daughter was drawing, and I was like, oh, I need a piece of your drawing paper so that I can start drawing too. And my son sat down and was like, oh, I want to draw too. And so we all drew together. I started a picture. I will show it when it's ready. And yeah, thanks to our mod user on Substack side, is the link to the abolish.ice.live is still online. And so if you want to donate to the Minneapolis community, you can go to abolish.ice.live. And there's a donation link in there that will allow you to donate through Veterans Fighting Fascism, who sponsored my appearance there and my ability to be there. And they have a link there that conglomerates all like 4 or 5 different local charities. And all of the money that you donate goes directly to those charities. There's no processing fee on the Veterans Fascism side. They're not keeping any of the money. They are not holding on to anything. All of the money that you donate, that you give, goes directly to those charities.
Question.
Yes.
Are there any efforts to do this in every state?
Man, I there need to be.
Yeah.
If there aren't, we need to be doing stuff like this, like local bands plus a big headline name that comes in and just does a show and builds solidarity and then spreads community for like others to be around.
I think that's a lot of what we're trying to do here. I mean, building community, whether it's in a concert or, like you said, drawing with your kids, creating art with people. But our community, this wonderful group, all the people in the chat, we're fighting against the overwhelming propaganda. I mean, the oligarch machine owns all the mechanisms of distributing any information. So there's a lot of places where they just haven't seen it yet. Minneapolis has been on the front lines where they've seen their neighbors be shot in broad view. So it's no longer for them theoretical, but we're trying to awaken the rest of America. That's our ongoing, mission here. And it's one of the things I've been trying to do it since I saw how my wife as an immigrant was treated from the first day we stepped on these shores. When I made that mistake of coming back here, it was because I was like waking up to our own apathy about this mistreatment, all the things that are the Americans' fundamental sin, the original shame of this nation, the white supremacy and genocide it was built on. It's ongoing. So I think that was a big kind of thing we tapped into. But yes, People are coming together though. More people are awakening every day, so it is happening.
And looking in our chat, this comment stands out to me a lot. Zuples, thank you for this really good comment. This was on the line of what I wanted to talk about for this. Was now that we're down this rabbit hole, is Zupel says, I was saying last year that there needs to be a movement where people look forward to their weekend rallies. Quote, see you at the rally this weekend, end quote. Where people bring their art and food and share in community, fill the streets with happy people. Yeah. We shouldn't be thinking of these as rallies. We should be thinking of them as festivals.
Yeah, that's like, a good
idea. I went to a tribute festival and celebration of life in Minnesota is what I went to. Yeah, it was for the memorial of Alex Preddy, Renee Nicole Good, Keith Porter Jr., who was not part of their local community, but they celebrated and remembered anyway. They talked about all of the victims while we were there. One of the speakers while we were there was made sure to include everyone who has been murdered by ICE, who's a citizen or a legal. Like they're just because you came here outside the system doesn't mean you're an illegal. It just means you're outside the system. And
applying for asylum is illegal.
No person is illegal. They're just not. They're just under a racist policy that says no. Like it's really what a lot of it is.
Most of them were in compliance too. They were.
Most of them were in compliance.
You can apply for asylum. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was a celebration of life, and it was a festival. People were there all day, like in and out. And it was 10 bands or 10 sets long of activity. There were the dancers. We ended, Dropkick Murphy was halfway through the show because they had another concert that night in the area that was going on before it, like the actual like festival ended. So they had their live show going. There were still over 1,000 people at the local event. At the Abolish ICE tribute event, celebrating because there were local bands that they wanted to see. And then it ended with this is something that I know that a lot of communities do have. And I hope we can start getting people to come out and celebrate in this way. Was Brass Solidarity, was the big band, brass band that you can do street rallies with, that you can walk down and just have a fun time. And holy shit, were they good. Like, I was just soaked in some of the best music and just most joy from these folks, from this entire community. I also ended, I think I got a flyer for it, I was walking through the band, and I was very like deliberate about where the instruments were, but I was also making sure I was getting all of the band members in some sort of footage at some point. And they were handing out, hey, come join us as a member of the press, like as our member of the audience press that could come like do these types of images for us. I'm not part of the community, so I can't. But if you're in an area like Brass Solidarity and you've got a camera and you like going to music events and you want to hear really great music, go volunteer. Go volunteer some time. Like, it's that easy for you. And then as we build more of these up, we can do these in red states. Like, it's not hard to find a bunch of people in Arkansas who know how to play instruments. One of the biggest things around here is marching bands and football. Like, these kids and young adults know how to play music around here. I'm sure a lot of them love to be in a big band. Yeah.
I got a question. You have a blueprint. Okay, because this is organization. You have to have the logistics and everything. You have to have everything roped off. You have to have, permissions and all of these things. So if you have this rule book, there's already this blueprint. You just duplicate that in every state. This is the things that we have to do to organize, to make these things happen. The rally just don't happen. You just don't go out there and just say, we're going to protest. It don't work like that. You have to be organized.
And this is where maybe like groups like we need to maybe get more involved with No Kings or Indivisible, because they have a presence, or even some of the other platforms on here, I think, is, yeah, everybody's tired. Like, everybody is exhausted. I also think if we were to have these rallies and these types of festivals, people would become less exhausted.
Yeah.
Because they would find there's joy to go to and joy to seek out, and there is something to plan and look forward to, and it breaks the cycle of impending doom and immediacy. And it's not that we can't afford to be tired. We're all exhausted. Like, we're all fucking tired. We're all getting sick. We don't feel good.
Yeah.
We're tired. We want to take breaks, but we're not. We
And
can't
we're
afford to be
disconnected.
tired.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just too
We're
disconnected.
disconnected. And so I can tell you this: when you're eating a meal with someone else, that meal tastes better. Okay.
Yeah.
When you go out there and go out there and open yourself up and have these new connections, you feel belonging. You feel connected to the world and to the people in your neighborhood. Okay. And you realize how much life is worth living. It gives you something to live for.
Yeah. Quit doom scrolling and get out in community. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's pretty much the turn I've been taking lately. You know, I'm pulling back from Substack a lot. I'm still appearing on people's lives, but part of my reason for doing that is I really want to get out there and actually talk to people, you know, and actually interact with people face to face, you know, and create opportunities for gathering and for, like you said, Margaret, sharing food together. It's a big part of all the events that I host. And I want to host more of them. And I also want to show people that, you know, Walter, one thing that really struck me about you as we started our conversations and we were talking about race is that you were very open about your emotions and while you were going through a lot of your transformative like moments, you know, early on. And while you would sometimes be tired and overloaded, right, with, you know, what you were feeling, but like a lot of times you would be energized, you know, and you would feel empowered. And I think that experience of being empowered when you're talking about something as heavy as like racial hierarchy, you know, and this insidious system that has its tendrils and everything all around us, you know, but when we were talking about it, we were figuring out from our various perspectives, what is this thing? What did we experience? Finding universal, you know, aspects of our racialized experience and finding where they're different and putting the puzzle together to try to create a better world, you know, that process can be quite joyful. And that process itself can be quite joyful. And I think that it's something that people can't quite imagine. It's something you kind of have to experience. And so, yeah, my goal is to just try to create that experience over and over and over and over as much as I possibly can. And to help other people learn to do it as well.
That's beautiful. I want to hear too. You were mentioning this Canadian dating app that you were listening to. I wonder if we could pivot and hear about that. I was kind of curious.
Yeah,
contrasting the accountability. Go ahead.
You know, she's a dating coach, and I need to get her name. Anyways, she has all these books. She's written 13 books, and one of them is called the Glow Up Journal. You know, she's trying to help people figure out how to walk in confidence, how to live confidently, you know, because confidence is sexy, she says, you know, and she's right. But yeah, the reason I brought her up is just because she's a person who sticks to logic and facts. And I like people like that because these are people who are in tune with reality, who are in tune with truth and value truth. And in a world where a lot of lies are being spread all over the place all the time, and you know, in a society that has built a foundation on lies, You know, it's really it's a wonderful thing to see someone out there proudly standing for the truth, you know, and making that central to the way that she talks about dating. And, you know, like she has this thing that she does where she has a topic, her debate topic, she says, is body count doesn't matter. You know, there's this whole body count discussion out there these days. And she'll get these guys to come on there, guys as opposed to men. She makes a distinction between guys and men and girls and women, you know, and she just talks about what facts are, talks about what science is, and then she invites people to a debate on the topic body count doesn't matter, you know, and people ask questions and people try to debate her. Of course, nobody wins because body count actually doesn't matter. And she proves it using facts. And it's just wonderful to watch. It's also very interesting to watch how people respond to her and react to her. I mean, the people she labels guys as opposed to men, they immediately go for the B word and just start cursing at her because of the way that she approaches the conversation. And it is just unbelievably shocking to watch it happen over and over and over and over again. And I thought of you, Nick, as I was watching her, because I'm just like, there are so many examples of just a complete lack of responsibility and accountability. And what she says is people, you know, telling themselves stories and giving themselves unnecessary emotions and then blaming other people for those emotions and how they feel, you know. And you know, it's amazing that these people market her books so well. You know, she just brings them on one after the other and just proves it over and over again. So yeah, I really recommend her. She's an incredible person, very intelligent, and it's so entertaining to watch her work. So I'm gonna see if I can find her name.
That's awesome.
I want to kind of just pivot into that because I've been creating this model lately because we talk about healthy boundaries. There's healthy boundaries, but I grew up in like that white supremacy culture, and I call it bizarro boundaries. Like they have a mechanism that they use to justify their mistreatment. But what's come up 3 times now, this is the 3rd time this has come up in the last couple of days, is just loneliness is the heart of the white supremacy model. They are just so lonely. And I talked about that yesterday when I was talking with Zuri. And I watched the movie Sinners yesterday with my family. And even in that, like the vampires are lonely. They're just desperate with their loneliness. And the reason they're so lonely is because they maintain this bizarro boundaries, these laws. And I've been trying to sketch out these laws because so much of it is exactly what Will said, disregarding. There's like spots. It's like we can't even examine this spot. And like through that spot is the way to happiness. And they become enraged if you start having questions about this whole aspect of things. Like that's decided. And when I talk about resting white supremacy face, like Scott Jennings, they give you this face like, well, we all know that, you know, like, and they make that appeal to stuff that they think has been established. And they disregard the fact that we're living within this trench of white supremacy. So all they have to do is defend. It's like white supremacists are playing with this lead. So they don't even have to score anymore. They just have to prevent us, delay. They're just waiting for time to run out, stopping us from scoring. So that's what we're up against, you know. But I like what you said. All these things tie together. And a lot of it just comes out in these miserable men, these miserable, lonely, and it doesn't justify the cruelty that they engage in. It doesn't justify that, but it explains it. And if we can understand that and find their weaknesses and exploit their weaknesses, and I keep saying you got to push them into narcissistic collapse, have them be accountable. There's no forgiveness until there have been reparations. You have to repair the damage you did, and then I will forgive you. And then this ongoing thing. But then, like as Nick was saying, that love and joy of community, that's the way through. Go ahead, Margaret.
Margaret, I actually have to go. Go in like 4 minutes.
No.
So
let me share your note then, so that we can put up your note real quick, because I want you to be able to talk real quick about your husband and the amazing. I think it looks like an amazing response from everybody.
Nice.
It was, yeah.
That responded to you, and let me pull it up. I've got Walter's real quick. Share this one instead.
Oh yes.
All right, my friend. Do you want to
Yeah, so-
discuss this real quick before you go? Because
Sure.
I think this is really important.
So so I was in the emergency room, guys, with my husband recently, and I was like literally writing this note while I was standing next to his hospital bed. It was just a moment in time, you know. He was in a motorcycle accident and he was on the ground in pain, you know. Some people found him on the ground, called the police, and when the police got there, first thing he does, the dude has just been slammed on the ground of a motorcycle. The gear shift went through his shoe into his foot and put a hole in his foot. You know, he chipped off a bone fragment. And he's laying there. And the first thing he thinks about is these cops. Are they safe for me when I arrive to come help him? You know, and he told the cops, listen, my husband's a black man. He's coming here. I need to know you guys are safe. And he thought about that immediately after being in a trauma, you know? And I was like, wow, you know, that is such a incredible level of caring. And I just I'm just so grateful that I got to experience that, you know, and it was just amazing, you know, and I'm a very lucky man. As I said, I'm a very, very lucky person to have someone who's willing to care for me at that level.
That's beautiful.
And I want other people to experience that. Like I said, you know, and like I wrote in the comments, honestly, man, I have love for everybody out there, all you people in the audience watching right now, all my people here on my panel. Like, I want to take care of all of y'all the same way I'm taking care of my husband right now. That's the truth, you know, like that's what's in my heart, you know, and that's what my values lead me to want to create in this world. So yeah, I wish I could stay with you guys all day and talk more. But I have a meeting, a lot more meetings actually. So I have to go. But it's been great as always. You guys always fill me with so much hope and joy. And I love hearing you guys. So, and I love all the work that all of you are doing. Keep it up, y'all.
Thanks, Will. And I'm so glad you could join us for some time today.
Yes, thank you.
And I'll put your Q. Oh, it's on the faces. Wrong spot. For everyone in the audience, please come subscribe to Will at the Contraband Wagon and help support the work that he's doing. It's incredible. And I wanted to comment too on your note real quick before you drop, is it fits right in with a comment that's one of our friends in the chat, Natasha, said a while back here, is we have to find more people to lead, but we also have to be careful of burnout. I am paraphrasing your comment here. People will show up for the events and different things, but won't raise their hand to put them together. And we have to take care of the leaders who are doing that. One of the ways you take care of your leaders is you make friends with them. You deliberately become friends with people and provide community around them. And you provide the space for them to step back. And if nobody else is stepping up around that leader, you do it. And you know what? Will's partner showed what that type of leadership can be. And Will shows what that leadership can be. And nobody asked them to step in and do what they're doing. Nobody asked Will's partner to make sure that the police officers were safe for Will to be there. But that's what stepping up and stepping in looks like without being asked. So this is now me asking you, is if you're the one if you're commenting or if you are in these rooms but you haven't yet volunteered, go volunteer. Go be the one. Go be like a Will or a Margaret or a Walter or a Will's partner. Go volunteer and do the thing.
Yeah, and then come back and tell us all your stories.
Yes.
And then tell us all about it.
And we'll throw flowers.
Yeah, because if we
Gratitude.
celebrate those stories, they get out there and they make other people want to do it too.
Yeah.
So
All
the
right, Will's probably
inspiration
gotta
that we
go,
get
I
from
think.
Will.
All right,
Yeah, we're
guys.
keeping Will too
Love you
hungry.
guys.
Will,
Yep, see you,
thanks,
Will.
my friend.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Love you, man.
Appreciate
Have a good
you.
day.
Love you guys
Best of
too.
luck.
Bye.
Oh, it didn't do it for me this time.
Did you, Margaret, have a comment too? We kind of got
No,
sidetracked.
we'll
Yes.
go back. We haven't
Okay.
even gotten to our artwork today. We'll drop before the artwork piece. Unfortunately, we spent so much time just hanging out.
Let's let Margaret do her thing here. She has something to say, I think.
Margaret,
I just want to say, dealing with narcissists all my life, they never
yeah.
apologize or accept responsibility for anything. So if that's what you're waiting for, you may as well uh, do something else. It's never going to happen.
Yeah. I wrote an article on that, and somebody in the comments wrote me back how they'd cut their narcissistic father out of their life, but on his deathbed, the other siblings were just begging. It's like, would you just please say that you love us? Just please. And he refused to do it even on his deathbed. So he went to his grave. Rather than just a common statement you could say, I love you, he would rather die and leave those people in misery with that moment. And so, I mean, that's hard, but you just have to take yourself. You can't give those people that power because essentially, Margaret, I know you knew that. Things I will no longer tolerate. I will no longer
Exactly.
tolerate people that abuse me, giving them the power to abuse me. We can remove that. And it's like you do have to
Exactly.
encourage so many people. Go ahead.
Yeah, I took my power back. And that's why I tell everybody that every day. Okay.
Yes.
If you say that I'm crazy, I call it rage. Okay, I'm taking my power back and I'm showing you as I'm
Yes.
doing it. Period.
Yes. Like you said, it's like if I say a fact and it makes you upset, that's a you problem. Go take a nap and maybe you won't feel. I love when you said that. Maybe you won't feel so upset. But I mean, consider in our society, we're not allowed to make constructive criticisms of the Democrats. Oh, all you're doing is running down the Democrats, and then we need them to win. It's like they're not going to win unless they do something different, unless they change their strategies. And if me speaking the truth makes you angry, that's on you. You know, that's not on me. And you don't have a right to tell me I can't speak the truth because it makes you mad. You have to stop. Yes.
My favorite phrase to say to my kids, and they freaking hate it, is that's a you problem. Don't make it a me problem.
Yeah.
If it's a you problem and you can fix it, make it a you problem and fucking fix it. Just suck less, bros. Just suck less, y'all. Like that's really all it is. Don't make a you problem a me problem. Don't make a you problem an us problem. Just because you're insecure with your own personhood doesn't mean everybody else is, and you don't get to be abusive to other people just because you don't know how to deal with the fact that you might have feelings or thoughts that you were told and indoctrinated to believe were wrong, and they're not.
I got a comment on that too, because while the primaries were going on and Jasmine Crockett was running, I was like pushing because I love Jasmine Crockett, and somebody writes, they said, well, the way she expresses her message, I don't like that tone. Like they went in like this. It's like, I don't like her. And I'm just like, huh. So I write back to this person. It's like, you know, the way you express that message, I don't really like the tone. So why don't you apologize for that? And then this person's like, well, darling. And I'm just like, isn't that interesting? And it's like the same thing when people tell me, Walter, you know, we've got to appeal to these people that we don't agree with. I'm like, okay, I don't agree with you. Model for me the behavior you're telling me to do, and they can't do it. They always get mad. And it's like, if you can't live by these rules you're telling me to live by, you need to sit down and be quiet and go away.
Oh, yes. I love it.
That stuff sits there. It just hangs there. That is this oppressive belief, and we have to fight back against that all the time. I know Elizabeth, she's in the comments. She has to deal with that all the time. I talk with her a lot about that. Quit telling me how to do my business. You know, it's like, if you've got a better way, show me. Don't tell me I'm doing my thing wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Show, not tell. Show, not tell.
Yep.
A lot of as I've said this, I'm going to change what it's about, because what I used to say, I think was more biased than I actually was on things, because it used to be about religion, and it's not really religion that I find at fault. It's the institutions and the people who have corrupted it. So your religion itself, if you have a personal faith, and I said this the other day too, is I don't give a shit if you think Christ is king. I do care if you try and make it so everybody else has to believe that too, and indoctrinate and lie to my kids.
Yes.
Is like, as I used to say, but what I'll say now is fragile, false masculinity, this masked authoritarian masculinity is like a penis. It's disgusting, it's ugly, and nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see it. They ain't pretty looking. Like, none of them.
Oh, man.
False masculinity and this shit is like a penis. Whipped out and talked about at the wrong times. It's like a penis at a party where you're not expecting a penis at a party.
Oh, man. Yeah.
That's what we're fighting against. And you can just, and if you were to see, this is why I say this. If you were to see a man at a party whip his dick out and it was unexpected, what would you do?
Fly swatter. Whack. Yeah, there you go. Get that out of here.
And if your response is get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
Like whatever it needs to be to get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
You're doing the right thing. That's why I'm using this example, because it's really that easy.
Yeah.
It goes back to the generals and our flag officers and those who are making high-level decisions at the Pentagon or in DHS. It is that easy to just say no. Yeah.
Go ahead, Margaret.
When I was a kid, we had a saying, KISS, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Yep. In the Army, it's keep it soldier simple, which translates to keep it stupid. It's like what? It's a great phrase. I love it.
I was gonna say too, on top of this though, because we've got this whole mechanism we live in now where they whip it out, you tell them to put it away, and then they are, oh, that's so mean, and it's like, you made me feel bad about myself. And our entire society is based on this. They're just their grievance model where these people who have done something, they've made a transgression that nobody wants. And now they want us to appease their broken feelings because we told them that bullshit you're doing is totally unacceptable. And that is entirely all the dialogue in the media and in the news and politics in the United States. And just like the extent to which we have to shift, that's that bizarro boundaries. Like I said, we need our healthy boundaries. Don't expose yourself in front of a room full of people and then be a little crybaby when they tell you to put it away. I mean, that's a healthy boundary, right? We live in this bizarro boundary where they feel entitled to make those transgressions, and then they expect us to stand up for them and pat them on the back and tell them it's okay when it wasn't okay. It's weird what we're living through right now.
Tell them to get over it.
Yeah.
I like what Courtney said in the chat is that's not impressive as you think it is.
Yeah.
Is man, I would like you can respond snarky and rude, and
that's why I say humiliate them. If they do something like that, you teach humility through humiliation. That's what the word means, and we need humility in our society. We've got just a violator president who has never achieved anything in his life. That guy couldn't put a 2-piece Lego set together, and we're supposed to all sit here and just pretend that he's like this great achiever. That's bullshit. He cannot validate any claim he makes because he lies incessantly. We don't have to protect his fragile masculinity. Elizabeth's brought that up in the comments a couple times too. You humiliate them. Humiliate them.
Let me say one thing. Usually narcissists do things to cause a negative reaction from you. So what I find is when you ignore them, that makes them feel inferior. Because they're trying to revoke this negative reaction. If you don't respond to it, then they lose all power. They lose their power.
Pushing buttons. That's all they do is they push buttons because they don't want to be ignored. And it's got that fundamental desperate loneliness where the only attention they get is scorn. and so they thrive on it, and like it's poison, and they don't realize all they have to do is just not be a fucking asshole, and they wouldn't be so lonely all the time. So that's why we got to stop just like this idea of like, well, let's let them do that. No, you got to stand up and stop it and make the transgression stop for their benefit as much as ours.
Yeah, and like there. It's a good comment in our chat too. Is humiliation is not the only way to learn. You're right. It's not. Shame is also a great way to learn. You shame the fuck out of these people. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not part of the nice left. I'm not part of the nice progressives. I may seem it. I'm very level-headed and I'm very mild-mannered most of the time. And I don't get upset often. But I'm not part of the nice left. I will tell you to your face, just like I do in these. I tell people to their faces how I feel. It's taking them down a notch.
I just want to say, my father used to tell me that when I was a kid, he's bringing me down a notch when he would shame me or whatever. Okay, so that kind of triggering. But what I want to say is, we don't want to let them bring them to their level. We are better than that. So let's keep that in mind. When they go low, we need to go high. Don't necessarily do that, because that's what they want. Yes. Don't give them that.
I want to build on that, because that's a phrase too that Michelle Obama used to talk about, and I think we misinterpreted what she said when she said we go low. When they go low, we go high. My thought, because I want to hear your thoughts on this. I love having these good discussions on these things.
So this is an important one. Yep.
I don't think going high meant going nice. No. Never said we had to be nice.
Yeah.
Right.
We just had to go high, which means we didn't need to go on to their level of degradation and destruction. I don't attack personhood. That's their level. They attack personhood. I attack policy and position and indoctrination. Yeah. And there's, I think, the real difference is I think that's what Michelle was trying to do, was get us to remember, hold on to our, like, as Courtney says, our dignity and class.
Yes.
And who we truly are, our morals.
Yes.
But harden them and be willing to wade through the muck while we continue to stay above it.
We do that by speaking truth. Truth.
Yes.
Truth.
Yes.
That's it. That's how we win.
Yeah. Nice is a person. Great comment. Nice is a personality trait. And I can be mean. I can be shameful. I can cause people to feel shame. I can cause people to feel guilt. I can cause people to also then feel joy and feel forgiveness and feel growth and learning, because sometimes now you know, so you can grow. Also available on the Sick of This shop.
I want to say too,
publications.com or shop.sickofthissshitpublications.com. Also, the QR code is, can't bend my arm that way, right there beside my head, if you want to get your own coffee mug with Walter and my faces on it. But Walter, go ahead.
I want to say what Margaret said too. It resonates with me, because it's taking your kids down a notch. You have these abusive people, and that's the idea of like saying a baby is sinful. I mean, the baby hasn't done anything, and that's the kind of humiliation that is a negative humiliation. But if an adult man exposes himself in front of a bunch of kids, that man needs to be humiliated for what he just did. So it's kind of interesting how, yes, the idea of humiliation can be used in a way that's wrong. And we live in this, like poverty shaming is humiliating people in a way, because people are in poverty because of a cruel and exploitative system. But if you correct a man who is behaving inappropriately and it humiliates them, then you are doing good. So this is really a complex kind of little moment, I think. We can't sit there and just be passive. It's like, oh, well, he exposed himself in front of a bunch of kids, but if we say anything about it, he'll just do it more. Like, that makes no sense. You have to stop it. You have to stop this behavior. And if his feelings get hurt in the course of stopping it, or like when a man's just being inappropriate, if a man's making misogynistic comments around his buddies and they all say, you better just fucking knock that off, he's going to feel humiliated, and that's growth. So I guess it's the humiliation of growth versus the humiliation of destruction. Those things are different, but we can't universally just say humiliation is bad, because it is a process by which you install humility. And our society lacks humility. Our society needs to be humble. So that's an important point. I'm glad somebody brought that up in the comments.
And yeah, and if we're leading with facts, it's not so much that I'm not trying to humiliate you, unless there's a time when you need to be humiliated. Like Walter said, like sometimes humiliation or shame or these negative group emotions that are not just individual emotions, they're group emotions too. Shame is a group emotion. Guilt is individual, because you feel shame can be individual too. But guilt itself is not a group emotion normally.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Margaret.
We shame as a group, and we just need to do it with truth. And if it hurts your feelings, like they used to say, fuck your feelings, the truth doesn't care.
Right. Now that I agree with, but if I say something out of context, shaming somebody to make myself feel good, at the end of the day, I feel really shitty because
that's the negative application.
Toxic shame is a destroyer, as Daniel says.
Exactly.
Great comment.
Like if I get something wrong,
shame,
it's right. And I like to practice accountability, where it doesn't feel good if I make an inappropriate statement or I get something wrong. I need people to tell me. I do feel shame, but you get over that if you're like, you know what? I was wrong. I apologize. Now I've grown. Now it's a positive thing. And we can't be so afraid.
You can grow.
Yeah, and we can't be so afraid of entrenching people or turning them negative that we don't bother to correct their behavior when they get out of line. I mean, that's the essence of our destruction here. Just passively allowing people, like the entire Democratic Party, enriching themselves in office to the almost. I mean, they're not quite as bad as the Republicans, but they all get rich. That's inappropriate, and we have to call them out on it. If you go into office,
wrong is wrong, because like back in the day, they say if you're 1% black, you're black. Wrong is wrong. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good point. I'm glad we covered this. This keeps coming up. This whole topic keeps coming up again and again and again. So I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Yeah, and yes, shame can also lead to resentment. Sometimes I'm okay with being the bad guy in some people's stories. Like I'm okay with that. I've accepted I will be the bad guy in some people's stories. I'm also the a secondary character, non-important NPC in some people's stories. I don't really care. Like I'm glad I'm part of their story, and that's great. It's just we need to call them out. When it happens, and it needs to happen in real time, and it needs to be based on facts and truth and not just feelings. Like if you want to resent me because the truth hurts, again, that's a you problem. Don't make it a me problem. I just told you the truth. You can't accept it is a you fucking problem. Don't make it a me problem. And if you come to me and say, hey, I don't accept it because of this, and this, and we can have a discussion, not an argument, because that's arguments are about winning and losing. I don't have debates with people. I discuss with people. Because discussions are not about winning and losing. They're about building mutual respect and driving a conversation forward and finding common ground so that we can move past. Someone's asked before, like, how do I talk to people who vote against me as a person? I have a big old Star of David on the spot where they used to tattoo Holocaust survivor numbers on for a reason. We are actively talking to people who are Nazi lovers, who want to be or are Nazis. They would be Confederates. They would have been pro-slavery. That's really what they are, is they're pro-slave owners that just don't have slaves anymore. They want that back. I live in Arkansas. I cannot escape talking to people who may not want me to live as a person. But I still have to do it. And what I do is I don't attack their personhood when we talk about things. Is we go after policy and positions and indoctrination. And I ask some people, why? Why do you believe that shit? You know me as a person. Would you want to put me in the oven?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to
yeah.
be willing to ask that fucking question to somebody's face, and if you'll see some interesting responses.
Lefty says, "Oh, go ahead, Margaret."
I just want to say something before I forget. You said these people are not slave owners, yet they find ways to enslave us through their language, through their policies, through the way they talk to us, to the
Yes.
way they enact these laws and everything else. So they are slave owners, in my
Yes.
opinion.
I agree. And I think, well, what Lefty says too is I haven't seen a lot of red hats who feel shame. Well, if that's the case, why do people keep telling me to not shame them? Because it'll make them more entrenched in their ways if they don't even feel it. It's like we kind of know. And I'm coming at it from the viewpoint, the weakness, because I was indoctrinated with this, where they gave you that bizarro set of boundaries where you drive people away. And it's like, yeah, I would prefer to go through life where every test I took, I got a perfect score on it. And it's like, I don't like the shame if like, okay, I got 10 wrong and I have to learn things. But if you're just a person that's like, every time you sit down and take a test, they give you a perfect score, you end up one of these people that just puts your name on other people's achievements and who insists on taking a peace prize, even though you didn't win it, because you don't know how to achieve anything. So yeah, it does shame you when you get something wrong, but you do need to be called out on that. And yeah, the process of humiliation, they feel a lot more shame than you think the MAGA movement does.
We will never know it. They will never tell us.
Oh, I know how they feel. I know how they feel. Everything about them is to hide their weakness. All their bravado, all their lies, all their loneliness. They got to run women down because they know women reject them because they have nothing to offer. And it's like the toxic center of this whole MAGA ideology. I wish people would start understanding it, because we do have to force that narcissistic collapse so that they can be rebuilt as a person who's decent. But the way they're built right now is just cruelty and disregard of facts.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry. It's so many narcissists. It's so many narcissists. If you take them all out, who's gonna run the institutions?
Yeah.
And
that's so true.
I'm seeing in the comments too, like as they react to being shamed, usually doubling down whether they feel it or not. Neuro, great comment is, and then Elizabeth followed it up with, it's not just about whether it will work on them. It's about your own self-respect. And I think that's the thing that Walter and I talk a lot about is we don't live under the false pretenses of right-wing talking points or right-wing feeling points.
Yeah.
Because they suck.
We will not tolerate that. As Margaret
I don't
said.
tolerate those as real, as like valid feelings and points. And so fuck their feelings.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue to shame them because eventually that shame will build up enough that it breaks. That shame breaks.
They don't have any empathy, I don't believe.
You're right.
Nothing.
They don't, because they have no respect for themselves and who they are as a person. But if you get down eventually, if you continue to break that down, not them as the individual, but all of the ideas around it, and just continue to shame those ideas over and over and over again, they break. You break through the propaganda and narcissism. It takes a while. It's not easy.
You got to make them humble. They have to.
I am not asking. Yeah, and I'm not asking people who are unsafe to go into those positions. This is a call for men more so than anything. Is we need to shame other men right the fuck now and humiliate these men until they stop.
It's women too. It's not just men.
That's true.
No, you're right. But I ain't a woman, and I ain't gonna call women out on this because women have been working their asses off.
I'll do it. Look at all these Karens. look at all these Karens we had walking around. Okay.
I want to talk. I wrote an article,
and I don't care.
Yeah, and let's Zooples, before Walter, you jump in. This is a really important point. We haven't even gotten to our artwork or note. We've just been having
this is a good conversation.
We could go on. If nobody has anything after this, like we can just keep going for a little while too, and just have a great time. If people want to and are enjoying this conversation, Zooples, your comment is so much on point and so perfect. Fuck their feelings too. Before I read your comment, is people keep saying don't give them People keep saying don't give them attention and don't talk about XYZ. It fuels them. Well, being silent hasn't kept the peace
Correct.
so fucking far. It's just allowing things like racism to
Yes.
continue. Yes, we left a fucking void. We left a void in the manosphere, in the political sphere, in our religious spheres, in our schools, in our government, everywhere. We said we want to be the tolerant left. We are tolerant of people's views because views are important just in having them, and it's okay, and everybody should have equal access to views. No.
Wait a minute.
Racism is not a good fucking view.
Go ahead.
Yeah, as long as that shit is not infringing on my rights, I don't give a damn what you do.
Yep.
You can
Healthy
run
boundaries.
you can run around the neighborhood naked, long as it's not bothering me. I
Yep.
don't give a damn what you do.
Your rights end at the bridge of my fucking nose. Like, you don't get to infringe upon my rights just because you have rights.
The white supremacy does that. It perverts all these good concepts. You have a concept like boundaries. White supremacy establishes these bizarro boundaries that make no sense, and then they say, "Well, it's boundaries." And you know, it's just they always transform these ideas. But I wanted to say a little while ago, I wrote this article. Go ahead, Margaret. Go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Boundaries for who? For us or for them? Because they don't have no fucking boundaries.
They don't establish. Well, they have this weird ideology that justifies in their mind their cruelty. And I wrote an article recently about this. You just had mentioned it. How when I grew up in this conservative school, there's this deliberate effort made to destroy your empathy, which I had to survive. It's a bad thing. But things like, and I mentioned like the 4-H kids where they'd hand them a piglet, then you'd have to raise it, and they'd take it to farm and slaughter the piglet. And it was just sort of like, okay, I'm never going to love anything again. You know, and there's militaries in the world where they'll give you a puppy, and then like you have to train the puppy, and then you have to shoot the puppy. Like to prove your loyalty to the military. I heard they do that to the special forces in Ecuador. That's trauma. And this kind of trauma training is done in our schools, in rural communities to just destroy our ability to have empathy.
They don't want you to have any happiness. They don't want that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
They want you to be evil and mean like them.
Yes. Yep. And they want to establish that compassion is toxic. And they have a whole process for doing this. And it's hard to escape that. Once that has been done to you.
It's indoctrination
it is.
from a kid.
Yep. And one of the examples I used, in the movie Taxi Driver, where Travis Bickle, he doesn't know what to do. He has a longing to have a connection with the woman, right? And he takes her to a pornographic movie because he only knows like scraps and bits and pieces of what normal behavior is like. And that's what MAGA is. And so it's like, okay, people take people to movies. So he takes her to a pornographic. She's like, why did you take me here? And so she leaves. So he gets ghosted, you know, and he doesn't know what to do because he honestly has had that part of his development, like his natural development as a human being has been taken from him. That's what we're up against with MAGA, with white supremacy, with racism. They've had that ability developed. They've been deprived of that. And that's what we have to address.
So when you don't know no better, you're not going to do any better.
Right.
How can
right.
you?
Yes.
Nobody taught you. They taught you to be a heathen. Okay.
Yep. And the older they get, the more it hurts.
I've asked this so many questions, so many times. It's like, who raised you people? Who raised you people? Who instilled values in you people?
And
America
I say
you people to mean it. Like, who instilled values in you assholes? The
whole culture does this, though. Like everything, making people do the Pledge of Allegiance is part of that indoctrination. You shouldn't have to do that. That's against.
It's part of programming. It's programming.
Yes, the programming. And some people are fortunate where they have good parents or they have good situations and they're able to overcome that. But this obstacles, we shouldn't require people to overcome obstacles. We all need to work together to remove the obstacles so that everybody has this better chance to rise. And that's what we need.
Okay. Everybody use these tools. The military use these things to break you down.
Yes.
Break you down, tear you down. They use these same tactics in Nazi Germany.
Yes.
When they was indoctrinating all these people to come in and to be a part of their life force.
Absolutely.
Don't get me started.
It's such a good topic. Thank you, Margaret, for your passion. I love it. Yeah, we're born into it. Yeah.
And it's easy for us. It's not easy. It's important for us, and it's the only real choice is to confront it. We started being too fucking tolerant of intolerable ideas. We gave we were too nice. We gave equal credence to too many ideas that were not good. And I'm a actively comment.
Yes, well said.
Yeah. And I'm going to actively comment on something I saw in one of our YouTube chat comments was, how can you hate our president? And then, by the way, Lincoln was a Republican who abolished slavery.
I'm not going to comment on that.
You don't know anything about Germany. I've studied Nazi Germany. I've studied a lot of Nazi Germany history. We know a thing or two of what we're talking about. And yeah, Lincoln was a Republican. At the time when the Republican Party wasn't captured by Nazis, by slave owners. At that time, the Republican Party was a progressive party. Nowadays, the Republican Party is a neo-fascist Nazi cult. So no, just because they have the same party name doesn't mean it's the same fucking party. You're right. The Democrats were the slave owners back in the day. And then they switched. And then they kicked all of them out, and those guys became the Republicans. And the Republicans, who were Lincoln Republicans, became Democrats. That's how it works. You don't know anything about U.S. history, apparently, because that's a dumb fucking comment.
Well,
Thank you for your time and attention to this matter, NP.
Let's make the KKK a terrorist organization then. And who are the first that don't? The Republicans. Yeah.
I'm glad I can cut off. I'm glad I can delete. I don't let no negative comments in. You can keep that to yourself. Okay.
Yes. Perfect, Margaret. Absolutely.
See, this is I love that our primary platform for these comments in our discussion is on Substack, because y'all, we have a great Substack community that has some incredible feedback. I mean, YouTube guys, if you want to have some better comment, dude, like, maybe come prepared. Come with facts and truth and not stupidity.
Oh, that was on YouTube. I've been getting
that's on YouTube.
Shit on YouTube lately.
Yeah, that side tends to be more hostile than what we get on Substack.
Yeah,
but
good
it's
work. I will no
mostly
longer
because
tolerate.
our community polices itself.
Our things community I will no longer tolerate. Dumbass comments on YouTube.
No longer tolerate. Nazi assholes.
Number 80.
I don't tolerate you.
Tell him to come over here. We got something for him.
We got a big warm hug. They freak out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've done that before. I've gone to people that are like blatantly racist people. I'm like, "Do you need a hug, buddy? Do you need a hug?" They freak out. That makes them run away. You approach them with love and kindness. They don't know what to do.
Kill them with kindness.
Oh, absolutely.
But not nice. You don't have to be nice to kill somebody with kindness. Kindness and niceness are not the same thing. They're near on like the idea spectrum, but they ain't the same.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind. It's kind. Go ahead.
Right. And so did Rosa Parks when she said, I'm tired and I'm sitting on this seat and you come over here if you want to. Okay.
Yeah.
She was nice. I mean, she was kind. Okay. Killing with kindness. My mother used to say the same thing. And from that, look where we are today. Okay.
Yeah.
This is I'm gonna shift us because we have had so much fun this discussion that I've forgotten to get to our artwork. But I want to shift us to some beauty and joy before we get into like our notes. And the reason I say I have time this afternoon is for anyone who is hoping to see the intelligent masculinity discussion this afternoon with Wajahat Ali from the Left Hook. Is we've rescheduled for tomorrow afternoon. He had another event going on same time, and we rescheduled for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. So you will get to see Waj and I together for intelligent masculinity. That's going to be an incredible discussion. Yeah. He's such a cool guy, and he knows he's a great model out there.
I'd love to talk to him. I haven't talked to him yet, so
we'll see if we can get Waj on for a discussion too. We'd really like Waj.
I would. I'd love him.
But like, I want to get to the art because the celebrating the joy is important, and it's also just fun to showcase artwork from either ourselves, our kids, our folks in the community. And so I'll lead in with this. is that our first piece of artwork is a community submission from Jason Gale.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
And is the portrait of me.
It's beautiful. He's doing such great work. I love that guy.
Nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
he is. And so, Jason, I just wanted to say thank you for sending this. I got your message this morning. No, I love the piece of art. I think it's fantastic.
It's beautiful.
I think it's beautiful.
Yes.
I really, it's amazing to see myself captured in a piece of artwork. And I said that to Walter when he gave me the piece of artwork for my icon. Is it's so amazing to see yourself be captured.
Feels so good.
Yes.
And like, it just feels good. And it's also really awesome. Like, great piece of artwork, and I love it. And so thank you, Jason. Thank you for sharing.
He's been doing everybody. He's establishing himself here. He's got a whole gallery of all these.
Yeah, and artwork is freaking awesome. Meet the resistance. Have joy while we resist. And let's have some fun and show off our great artwork.
Yes.
And like, if you create, go have some fun. I'll show mine when I'm done the drawing that I'm working on.
It's a gallery.
I don't normally draw very much. Yeah, this is our gallery time.
For you, for our chat people. Send us your art. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and we have here, I'll even put up the question form QR code in the top right-hand corner.
Oh, great.
It's a question form QR code, but you can submit artwork too. You can upload a piece of artwork and submit it, and it'll go to a Google Drive that I've got, and I can download it and we can showcase it. And if you want to remain anonymous or have your name attached to it and discuss it, let me know. Make a note on it so that I know if you want to stay anonymous or publicly display your name. And this is a great way to submit. It gets into a place, and then we can showcase this on here, obviously, but it also goes out to all of the other feeds that this gets displayed onto. And we have some alternative sources that we're starting to put things into that people will find maybe a little unexpected. These may find their way into our GitHub, which is normally saved for code development and coding repositories, but it's also where AI learns from on a lot of things. So we're going to flood GitHub with slightly different content than they're expecting, but in a way that is very GitHub oriented. So you should look for some pictures on a coding repository that's unexpected, because we can put pages up and the AIs actually learn off of those. So our articles are starting to appear on GitHub.
Nice.
And they're going to go onto the pages here soon. So I'm going to try and figure out if I can get them attached to the videos, or if we can just do like the written section and then link into the videos. But we can put images, we can have all of our discussions, our transcripts, everything. That way people can see what we're talking about and be hyper transparent.
Yeah.
And then we flood the zone of the AI with cool artwork and other things. So
thousands of hours of us talking.
Yes.
Yes.
Long hours.
Oh, this is my daughter. She did this a couple years ago. She did this in high school. It's Alice in Wonderland painting the roses red. This is a couple years old, but I thought that was beautiful. So I like her paintings.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you. She likes to do those little kind of cartoon characters. She sketches those little characters out and does so many lovely illustrations. And I think it's adorable. So, and it's good for the internet. People like this stuff. You're doom scrolling through all the AI stuff. You see a nice little picture. This is clearly made by human hand, and we still recognize that in our soul. When the human, when it's a human creation, we recognize it. So thank you, everybody.
Beautiful.
Your daughter's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Every piece of artwork that we've seen from your daughter.
They all are beautiful. Oh, all this art is beautiful.
We've got 5 pages to go through of these.
Oh yeah, awesome. Keep going.
We've got great artwork today. These are 2 pieces from my daughter.
I always love the rainbows.
And it brought me joy to see the rainbow one. Was just so happy. She loves to, and this is digital art that she's done. And it's just so fun to see her growth and the cool different things that she does, and the splashes of color and the vibrance of it and the excitement around it. I love seeing my daughter and her artwork and the beauty she puts out.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Beautiful.
Who do we have next? Will's not here with us anymore.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
But this is Will's new icon and logo.
Breaking the
He wanted
chain.
to display for us is the contraband wagon. He's breaking those chains, and I love it. I like this.
Love that.
And then we've got one more, Margaret. This one is yours, my friend.
Oh.
Do you want to talk about this real quick?
Yeah, explain that.
Yeah, sure. I bought that on my last tour in Israel to bring back as a keepsake and a reminder. And the evil eye. Okay, it's very, very symbolic for today's world that we live in.
Yeah.
And those are the things that I find, the qualities in which I embody every day.
I love it.
It's so what you just said too, like just that oppressive, like the established normal thing that is just so mean, like, and anytime you resist, you get so much criticism, when you're just saying things like, here's something different we could try that might have a chance of leading to success and good and health and honesty and integrity, peace and abundance. And you get so much pressure when you try to shake up the system and do something different. And it's just kind of stunning to me how often constant criticism when all you're sitting there and saying is, I just want kids to not be killed and bombed, by bombs while they're at school. I just want my kids to be able to have a prosperous future. And it is just kind of stunning when every now and then you take an assessment of our reality and see how much pressure is there to maintain this cruel system that we have. And now we have to shake free of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. This makes me... It's beautiful.
It is perfect.
Thank you so much.
It is perfect.
Thank you.
And it's going to lead into our next part where I'm going to actually get to our notes today.
Yeah, we're going to make
it. We've talked a lot about the things in our notes. And Margaret, I pulled a note up for you that I want to use as sort of our way to close the segment and discussion, because I think it's a great way to encapsulate our entire conversation down into a really good phrase that you wrote down for us. And so, yeah, thank you to our mod user again. If anyone wants to submit artwork or submit comments or feedback for us, there is the QR code that you can use, and the Google form link that's in our Substack chat. I know links can be hard to capture on Substack, so if you're on a computer, it might be easier to grab it, and you'll be able to see it in the post show. I also link it there. We're going to move to Walter, yours first. Let me get yours pulled back up.
Yeah. Awesome.
And let's get into this so we can talk some notes of some things that have gone on.
Man. And it's just funny because that brainwashing, nobody ever sits there and mentions. They always keep telling us to follow the centrist dictates, comply with blue. And everybody always conveniently forgets that in 2020, in the 2020 election, we gave the Democrats all the power they needed to stop what we're going through right now. They had the presidency. They had enough people. Harris was casting the vote because they had 50-50 in the Senate. So we had the majority there. The vice president cast the tying vote. And people just forget that. It's just left off to the side. So, and now we get somebody started in with the Democrats can't do much without a majority BS. Don't overlook the fact that in every single election we're seeing are all these different things going through. You're seeing Democrats go across the aisle to vote with Republicans to fund ICE. We had Cuellar. He voted for the SAVE Act. They keep voting to approve these appointments. We need unity among the Democrats where they become an opposition party. They could show up and expose the horrors of these domestic concentration camps. They could come and talk to us. They could come and talk to us on this platform. There's a hell of a lot they can do. And so we have to stop all of you out there who are worried about, okay, it's got to be blue no matter who, or Walter, you're part of the problem because you're being critical and you're running down the Democrats. I'm not running them down. I'm providing them with strategies that can lead to victory and to change from the failed strategies that they impose upon us. They say blue no matter who, but when Mamdani wins, they don't support Mamdani. And they rigged the primaries in 2015. That was determined in court. I mean, we have to stop allowing the Democrats to act like they're an opposition party. There's this. We have to have fair primaries. We have to stop blaming the voters. We have to start listening to the voters. And that requires cleaning our own house first, That requires cleaning the Democrats either through reforming the party by electing progressives or running the Working Families Party candidates to get a couple votes that won't betray us in critical moments. And it's just empower yourself to have these conversations. You are allowed to criticize a political entity that is not working for us, and they are not working for us.
Yeah. Yeah. If something's failed and it's breaking and it's not working, identify the problems and then fix them.
Yeah.
That's all we're trying to do is we have identified the problem. The Democratic Party has a racism problem and has a corporate interest problem. They're paid for by corporate interests. They are not of the people, by the people, or for the people. They are of the greed, for the money, by the corporation. And that's who they are. They're owned by corporations and money. And we need people who aren't. We have folks out here like Natasha K telling the truth. Speaking out about the shit that went down in the 2024 election or 2025 election, whatever
2024.
Whenever we had the election. Time has now become meaningless again. Welcome back to COVID, where time was meaningless and
Project
everything
2025 is over. We're another year into it. This has been going a long time.
Fuck.
My only constant is Nick on Tuesday, where I get to
breathe.
And Margaret, thank you so much for being here.
And the Working Families Party or other parties that right now vote with the Democrats and caucus with them, that doesn't mean you're part of them. That means you caucus with them, and then they have to work with you. Democracy is what you negotiate for. We need better negotiators in democracy in our party. We need more progressive ones. We need ones who are willing to not do things like Cuellar or these stupid stunts like Schumer does and Jeffries and their weakness. We need folks like Kat Abigazela in Illinois who is running. We need folks who are going to challenge the system, who are of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Natasha just put a great comment. Go ahead. Go ahead, Margaret.
We need people that are uncorruptible.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And we need to remember that the parties are defined by us. The party does not define us. We define it.
Yes.
Just because it has a large apparatus and a lot of money around it right now doesn't mean we can't redefine that. Because I think the comment you might have been about to read from Natasha in the chat was that's why I'm so pissed, because the DNC told me, us, the smartest people in the room, to shut up and take it.
Yeah, I want that previous one where she says, folks I follow express their frustration, and I've heard all these things too, towards people like me who are holding Democrats accountable and calling them out. They tell us to stop calling it out and stop being divisive. I've heard stop being divisive a bunch of times. Stop fracturing the party, and they silence us. And they always say things like, hey, we have to work with people we disagree with. And that's when I turn it back on them. And I say, well, model that for me. I disagree with you. You model working with me because I disagree with you right now. You extend the olive branch to me because you're the one being divisive, telling me I'm, part of the problem. You extend it. You show me how it's done, because they refuse to move in our direction. They insist we must move to appease them. And I'm not having it anymore. These are things I will not tolerate, as Margaret says. I love that phrase.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. It also leads into my note, and I'll share mine as the next one here, is DHS, mainly through ICE, is about to indiscriminately detain a whole bunch more people. Across all new buildings, DHS plans to have a capacity of 92,600 people. Almost 100,000 people.
Yeah.
If even a single one of the planned mega detention camps holding 75 to 10,000 people comes online, that single facility would be the largest jail or prison in the country.
What the fuck?
The regime wants to open and operate 8 of them. 8 mega detention centers modeled most likely after what is happening in El Salvador at Seco and that disgusting concentration camp. They are building concentration camps. Abolish ICE. That if your Democratic candidate cannot say abolish ICE or rebuild ICE or establish something new instead of ICE, if they can't say something along those lines, push the fuck back. It's not blue no matter who. It's you better fucking save us because we're voting for you to do that. Not for you to make money. We're voting for you to do the thing that you are supposed to do, which is represent us. And we don't feel represented when you're building up 8 concentration camps.
They're giving them money to do that.
100,000 fucking people.
Yeah.
Like, Democrats are approving of these things.
Yeah.
John
Fetterman,
like 4 or 5 John votes. Fetterman would approve this shit. I bet you John Fetterman would be like, yeah, sure. Okay. As long as I don't have to fucking get on camera and talk about it, I don't care. I'll do whatever MAGA wants me to do because I'm bought off and paid off by these corporate assholes who think fascism is cool. No.
What even was the capacity of Auschwitz? I mean, we should be asking them that. How does these concentration camps in terms of capacity compare to Auschwitz? You know, and it's like, is that what they're really trying to do? Is that what the MAGA party? We can't deprive ourselves from these kind of arguments. I mean, if they're actually doing these things, is MAGA trying to have bigger concentration camps, you know, than the Nazis had? Is that what the objective is here?
My next question is, who they plan on housing in there? Me and you?
Yeah, we'll be there. Yeah, I'll meet you guys. I'll see you guys there. It'll be us. Absolutely. And the Democrats giving them, you know.
Just to because we like truth and we're going to tell truth here. I looked it up. Auschwitz was the largest Nazi concentration and extermination camp with the capacity expanding to hold over 100,000 people by 1944.
Well, they got it with multiple camps putting together.
They want to spread Auschwitz into 8 or more right now. That doesn't mean they won't.
Coming from to build this shit.
Child cancer research.
All coming through our tax dollars to private prison industries because the 13th Amendment didn't end slavery because we didn't resolve the Confederacy. This is all because we were unwilling to confront and shame and humiliate Confederates after they wanted to continue owning people. We didn't have the ability to say, y'all are disgusting. And we're not going to allow it. So
who they defined as a slave, first of all.
And then they made the prison system exactly the same as the plantation system. They modeled the prison system off of the slave system. And then they use you as slave labor. They get away with it because they're like, we'll pay you $1 a day for a wage. That's fucking slave labor. You are owned by a private prison entity. And the police don't give a shit about you. Those facilities are overcrowded. And this is ICE, and they're even worse.
Well, I'm dark-skinned, so I'll be in the field. So all the light-skinned people be the indentured servants.
Or
if there is such a thing. If there's such a thing.
I think we're all going to be the slaves this time. They don't care about race as much this time. They just want all of us.
Well, we have to do the work because MAGA doesn't know how to work. I mean, all they know how to do is spend our money. And I think we need to start saying that too. That guy in the White House has never worked a day in his life.
No, he hasn't. He's lost a bunch of money. His next bankruptcy is going to be the U.S.
We have to bail him out every damn time.
They'll just keep it in court. They'll just keep it in court, and by the time they win something, he'll be dead and gone. But his family done got all that money. So
we need to reform the court system in the U.S. because we've gotten so accustomed to
it's so fraudulent.
This whole thing. I mean, they do care about race. They care about race a lot.
Who
They
cares
do.
about race?
Yeah, well,
The racist, white
Yeah.
supremacists, the people in charge who want to make this system, they do care about race. They care more about money and power, and the power that money, I think the money and the greed has taken over the racism for some of them. A lot of, yes, the folks on the ground, but a lot of folks who are MAGA, who are indoctrinated into this, are racist as shit. Not going to downplay any of that.
No ifs,
What
ands,
I'm
buts
saying is
about
it's
it.
less about race on who they want to get rid of, and it's more about just exerting absolute control. They just want to
Absolute
control
power.
everything.
Absolute power. Corrupts.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm. No amount of money is enough. It's not even
Well,
really the money anymore for them. It's the things that they can do and get away with.
Yeah,
That's
well,
where they're at. They're untouchables, is what they think.
and they get so desperate because all their lives people were afraid to shame them, so they're like, oh, 100, 100, 100, everything you always did was perfect. They get to be 60, 70 years old and they start figuring out, I can't do anything, I have no skills. So then they get this hoarding money. Like, for me, you could burn every book, everything I've ever done, everything I've ever written. I can sit down and write again. These people, these white supremacists who have done nothing, they have never invested in themselves, because somebody was like, well, it'll hurt their feelings if we tell them they're not already perfect. So we can't hurt their feelings and just tell them they're perfect. And they become adults. They're entitled little spoiled brats, and they have to steal because they know it, and they can't ever steal enough. They'll continue to steal and steal because they're terrified of losing, because they know they can't build anything on their own. Is a big part of
So
it.
they take all of our works and blame it
Yes.
and say it's their own, use it as
And
their
take
own.
credit. They put their name on buildings. They put their name on the
Yes.
Kennedy Center. They put their name on the
Yes.
Nobel Peace Prize. Everything, because they
Yes.
can't do anything. They can do absolutely nothing.
And
That's what happens. No accountability. You end up with that.
And one of the things like I wanted to put in there especially about the prison system, is we need to reform the way we do criminal justice in this country, because we have been brainwashed into the idea that not guilty means innocent, and that when we're in court, the only one who has rights is the accused, not the person who is the victim. We have been taught and indoctrinated by rich people that the true justice is just not guilty, and that true justice means that the victim has to prove everything all of the time and keep proving it, when the perpetrator doesn't have to disprove anything.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
They call it justice. Just us. Okay? Because we are the ones that go to court without a lawyer because we can't afford one. So they give us an appointed lawyer, which sets us up for failure, which say, okay, 15 years, boom. But if you got a lawyer, you get out scot-free. Okay?
That's another.
It's
that ties into
rigged.
my model. That ties
It's
into my
rigged.
model of bizarro boundaries versus healthy boundaries. Like, in healthy boundaries, we would have a system, a criminal justice system that treated everybody the same. In bizarro boundaries, that's never their intention. It's only designed for the privileged class to exploit the marginalized. That's entirely how it's built. And so our whole system is built on that ideology. That ideology of white supremacy permeates and intoxifies every aspect of our country. This is why we need this grand recalibration, but it starts with calling it out. We do have to start with calling it out, just recognizing these problems, because it's existed for too long. Oh, just ignore them. If you call them out on it, they'll become more entrenched in their ways. What we've seen is, if we don't call them out on it, they not only become more entrenched in their ways, but they take over the power of the whole society and use it against the people. So we have to do the opposite. We have to do something different.
And this leads perfectly into Margaret.
Yes. I love it.
Every time you follow through, you prove to yourself that you are capable. I chose this one because I chose this one out of all your great notes, but I chose this one because I wanted to get your thoughts on your own note. Around this whole discussion we've been having, is following through and not backing down on our discussion, on our feelings, on the way that we're portraying this, calling things out where they need to be called out, saying the truth, not disregarding your others' feelings or personhood, but ensuring that the collective feeling too is maintained, and that we have to prove ourselves, and we have to keep doing it over and over again. And one of those things is coming out and talking about the DHS bullshit and prison systems and all of this nonsense. Margaret, I want to hand it over to you to talk about what this might mean to you.
Well, from the beginning, when I'm born into a narcissistic family system, you learn that you have to rely on yourself. And a lot of times you're the only one can get you out of certain circumstances. Nobody else going to be there to help you. No, there's not going to be any free lunch, no free rides. So we have to save ourselves, because who else is going to do it in the end?
Absolutely.
And by doing that, then we can uplift others too. And that reminds me of Harriet Tubman. She got out alive. She got out and be free. But she said, "Okay, I'm gonna go back and help others." Okay, and by helping others, she gave them a chance at life. Okay, and to find that joy that we talked about, and everybody deserves that.
Yes. And even if you just help one, that's everything. It means a lot to that one. And let me just say, Margaret, I see your notes when I scroll through, and they always make me happy. And when I'm doom scrolling on Substack, I see something from Margaret, and I feel better, and I feel more empowered. So just thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being such a voice of power. We need it. We need it today more than ever.
I need it too, so that's why I put it out there.
Be your own power, and then be power for somebody else.
And if you prove to yourself that you can do it, then you can keep doing it. And every time you follow through, you keep wanting to take another step forward. Like, it becomes easier over time because it's just who you are in the end. If you keep following through on who you are, not who you're told you have to be by some institution that wants a very narrow version of what a person can and should or might be or look like or act like. Be who you are and follow through, because you need to love yourself too. And once you follow through on something and prove to yourself that you can do it, you start to give yourself love and care. And then you exude that love outward and care to others. So keep following through and keep pointing out the racism. Keep pointing out the hate. Keep pointing out the fear and the aggression and the disgust. Keep pointing them out and provide an alternative. Provide yourself as the alternative to look to. Harden your values and provide yourself as the great alternative to look through. Don't do it because you have an ego. I had an ego for a really long time. I don't care for myself right now. I would, to be honest, y'all, like, I would rather be sitting at home building my house on my new property and building a farm and taking care of a farm and animals and my kids and my family and spending time and living out years and years with my wife and my kids and my parents and the joy and just having that. But I'm here and I'm not going to stop.
Yeah.
Because if I did, I would sit home at the end of every day and go, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Because I am not doing what I could be doing right now.
Yeah.
So if you're afraid, that's okay. Prove to yourself that you can do it.
Yeah. Well, I want to say, just give yourself permission to discover who you are. You can shake off all those things that you've been told. And I know Margaret, because I grew up in a narcissistic household too. And they tell you all these places, like you said, every time you follow through, you prove you're capable, because they tell you, you shouldn't do this. It's all guided by fear. You can't venture forth. You only have to be grateful for what I can give you, because on your own, you can't do it. You say, you know what? I'm going to go by myself. I'm going to see and if I die, I die. But I would prefer to go forward and die than to continue to live like this. And I've had that experience too. That's one of those things I will no longer tolerate. I will no longer tolerate having somebody dictate who I am. I'll discover who I am. And I did. Most people don't do that. They lead the lives of quiet desperation. They do what they're told. They repeat the things that they've heard. And they come to me and say, Walter, you shouldn't be saying these things. And I say back to them, it's like, just try it. Try it for a day. Try it for an hour. Try these things I've said that you've never bothered to question. And then look out the window and see if the world looks different. Because I can guarantee a little shift in perspective. And all of a sudden, you'll see colors you never knew existed. And everything becomes a lot more beautiful. So just do it, folks.
And Margaret, I want to say, because I know you're following through on so much that you do, and you're killing it. And I love to tell you how awesome you are. Is a comment in the chat from our friend Joe, is one of my friends who comes to my house. Always looks at my laptop and says, "Did Margaret come out with anything?" So I play the audios. It's awesome. So
nice
for anyone who, we block the haters when we need to. We block them out. We reserve our empathy where it's important, and we move forward. And Margaret, you put out a comment the other day too, was something along the lines basically of like, I'm done listening to those who don't have any importance in my life and letting them have any power over me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this whole conversation is prove to yourself that you can live who you are without having to fall under the propaganda of false narratives.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to be shackled to these ideas of hate. You don't have to do those things. If they feel wrong to you while you're doing them, you have the power to fix it. It's you can do it. You prove to yourself, do it once. Prove to yourself that you can, and then you'll do it again. The first step is the hardest. The first step on this path is the hardest. Every one of the steps after becomes easier because you have momentum behind you, built up on the examples of the things that you have proven to yourself you can do. Continue to prove to yourself what you can do. And do those things. Looping it back to what we talked about earlier on, like, where let's talk about festivals and rallies and how we can get people excited, is if you know you can organize, prove it. Prove that you can organize one of the events. Don't ask, don't wait. Go to a No Kings and contact them and go say, hey, I want to do this in this area. Would you support this as part, or do it independently?
But
organize something and then work with creators like me, larger creators like Chris Goldsmith and Valor Media Network. Work with the Save America, reach out to them and talk to them about what it takes to sponsor and organize these types of events. Because if you can do it, if you can organize that first event in your community, you'll have so many people there. Do it at a farmer's market. Create a farmer's market or something type of event, and bring live music. Get people there and enjoy. Prove to yourself that you can build the community that you want to have around you.
And Vanessa put a comment about leaving a toxic relationship, and that's hard. I'm not going to say that's not hard, but you leave those behind and things do get so much better. I mean, you have a new community, you have new support groups, but you don't realize how the constant programming of those toxic people, when they're telling constant lies, how much that does to you, and you gain your power that way. But take care of yourself first, second, third, fourth, and you can't help anybody else until you take care of yourself first.
I'm sorry, I just want to say one thing. When you realize that you love yourself more than that toxic relationship, it won't be nothing for you to walk away. And once you walk away, the universe will open up for you to get all the things that was meant for you and that you deserve. Cut it off and set yourself free.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to claim to be a relationship expert on any of it. I'm happily married, and I have a spouse who loves me and is my best friend, and I love back, and we're best friends. We want to hang out with each other. We want to be a part of each other's future, each other's present. If you're not in a relationship where you feel valued, find a way out.
Yeah.
As hard as it's going to be, even if you're married and you have kids,
Oof.
if you're in a relationship that is bad for you, you have to find a way out. And like Walter said, there are groups. There's so many of us out here who are willing to just say, hey, come join us.
Yeah.
We want you around. We care about you. We think you're cool.
Yeah.
We think you're
Too.
worth it. We think you have value just because you're here and you are of value.
Yeah.
Like, remove the toxicity from your life. And if you're in an area where you can still do that, such as divorce, before it becomes no fault divorces are removed and you can't get a divorce, it may be worth considering.
Yeah. Get out.
Get out of those hate relationships. Get out of those abusive situations. You have so many people around you who are willing to step up and be a part of your life to support you.
Yeah. It can be
When
family.
you do it,
got to get out.
If you do get out of an abusive situation, don't spread that abuse to the people around you who might be trying to help too.
Yeah. Go take a, like I was going to say, take a trip, go away for a couple of days and see how you feel. Like sometimes we don't even know. We're so spun around by how much abuse we're enduring. We've been programmed to tolerate. They just beat you down to the point where you accept this miserable reality that's killing you. Take a weekend. Like, I just got to go do this. Go away for 2 days. And if you, because it takes a little while to decompress, see how you feel. Just even discovering how much we're abused is a hard thing. I left the entire country when I was 26. I went and lived in Peru for 10 years. And it took a good 2 years to go through a detox there, to realize I deserve to be treated better. Or just do something basic, like go jump in a 5K and just walk the 5K. You will find a positive community. We don't have to go instantly to organizing a mass rally. Jump into a 5K, see how you feel when you surround yourself by positive people. You feel so much better finding some space. It's better to be alone than in bad company. That's one of the things. Yeah. And learning how to figure out how to be alone is probably the greatest gift you can give yourself. I was at that point.
Gift.
Yes. I was at that point where it's like, I can spend the rest of my life alone. And that's when I met my wife. And it was like not desperation, not fear that made me stay with her, but was what I wanted. And that's so critical.
Yeah. And you have to be willing to, and like Natasha said in the chat too, even if you don't have people around you, you will meet people along the way. So you have to be willing to do it because you matter. Yes. And even if you don't have anyone else around you at that moment, you will. You will. You will have people who flock to you.
You will attract them.
Yes. That's true. They can sense it on you a mile away.
Yeah.
They can see it.
There's an aura about you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're not going to come if you got that crap still sitting next to you. They're not coming over there. Okay.
That gets on you.
Yeah. And for the question in the chat, how can we spread this to others? Post show. Once I post the recap, send it. Send it to all your friends. Have them watch it. Sit down with them and watch this whole 2 hours-ish that we've had. Watch it. Just sit down with them and just be like, hey, I really enjoy listening to these folks talk. They've had some great discussions. Come listen with me. If you think that they need it in their life, send it to them. Forward the emails. Put it into your chat groups on Signal, on Facebook, on Insta, whatever, Snapchat, things like that. Like, share the articles so that they can hear it. If you want it, if you see clips of it, share the clips of them, because then you get some of the capture points, but also follow and subscribe to all of us, because then you can see and hear what we talk about. We talk about this shit all the time.
And have them bring their comments. Have them bring their comments. And I would love to answer more questions. I can just speak from my experience, but things have worked out pretty good for me. And it's always from doing things opposite of what the pressure was. I just don't listen to the pressure anymore. Just by reaction. I just do the opposite at this point.
That's right.
Yeah. And learn to love.
Yes.
The first step in all of this is basically like the intelligent masculinity stuff that I do, the chronic illness discussions I have, this discussion with Walter that we have, it's all about accepting who you are, loving yourself and valuing who you are as a person, expressing that outwards, and being willing to accept the consequences of actions that you take. I know I'm probably the bad guy in some people's stories. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Does it suck that I might be the bad guy in some people's stories that maybe I was hoping to still be a good person in? Yes, it is. It does hurt. I accept that hurt. I accept that I may have done wrong at points. And I know I've done wrong at points. I accept that I may have done wrong or know I've done wrong recently, or that situations are overstated in some areas. I accept those things. That's okay. It's okay. And I'm continuing to move forward and grow and see where I can be better and learn and be a part of helping resolve that. And so if you are in a situation where you're being abused in this type of way, because that's really what it is. That's what MAGA husbands are
trauma
abusive.
It's a trauma bond.
Trauma bonded to this individual.
They are.
We can, and we are the community you can come to and just let go. Let go of that for a little while. Welcome yourself because you matter. And you can become the main character in your own story. You can be your own main character. And you can leave that situation because you matter. And we want you here with us.
Yep.
We want you here. The world is better off just because you're here.
They hold you to a standard that they themselves never achieve. And that's another thing. Once you start recognizing that and pointing it out, and it's just so much easier. I find it's just so much easier for me to admit I'm wrong when I'm wrong, because then I don't have to deny all of reality. And I hope I practice that. People call me out and I say, yeah, that was incorrect. I'll try to do better. And you seriously do try to do better. There's no big, because if you think you have to be right all the time, that it means you're a white supremacist. That's what that means. You're allowed to be wrong, so you're not a white supremacist. You can make mistakes. You can be accountable. You can learn. You can be humble by the mistakes you've made and try to do better as you go forward and you grow. Like, don't mistake growth for failure. It's not failure. You're growing. That's a better thing. So, ongoing. Margaret, I love having you here. You always just make me happy.
You do too, Walter. You and Nick, and I love you guys.
I appreciate
it. I love you guys. Yes.
I've got my son home today, so he's not feeling well this morning, and his tablet accidentally broke the screen on it, and I gotta go get it fixed.
Just now?
No, it broke the other day, and I gotta go get it fixed. It sucks because he likes playing. He plays Minecraft and creates on it. And it's tough when he can't, and he's homesick, so it's a tough day for him anyway. Thanks to the doctor. He will. I've been sick the last couple of days and not feeling quite so great. I think I got something when I was traveling. And so we're just hoping everybody starts feeling better. It's also a weird change in season and like temperatures around here, so shit like we went from 70 on Saturday to 25 on Sunday. Like it was hot in the morning on Saturday, and it was snowing in the evening. It's not fun. My son's 9. And yeah, he's 9. He's a great kid. And he is, for anyone too, any updates, he did break his arm a couple months ago. And he is feeling better. His arm is healed really well. And I appreciate all the support everyone in the community had given during that time too, and continues to give after. And yeah, I've got 2, obviously, because my daughter I show off a lot of her artwork. And so I've got 12 and 9.
Nice
for my kiddos. They're amazing. And we love to celebrate them because I want to make a future that's good for them. I want them to have a future where
they're empowered.
where he
Nice.
where he just gets to where the kids get to feel good and do the things that they want to do and
Yeah.
be happy as an adult, and rather than like be oppressed all the time, and
Yeah.
maybe have an environment that isn't trying to kill them all the time.
Yeah.
And Minecraft
Yeah.
buddies are great, Natasha. Let's talk about it. My son loves new Minecraft buddies, and we love we love playing Minecraft all the time. We do Realm, we create together. It's a great
Nice.
way. We were actually told by a child developmental psychologist. We got both our kids tested when they
Oh,
were younger and
nice.
evaluated because we wanted to understand more about them. We wanted to make sure that we had the right tools for them growing up for education. And they both came out with specific answers from what they were evaluated with. And one of the things that these psychologists told us was, we were talking about what are ways that we can encourage creativity and keep them, like, do fun things when, say, we're in the middle of COVID and we can't go to these big places all the time and adventure with other kids. And his suggestion was play Minecraft. And I was
Huh.
like, well, we play Minecraft already. He was like, great, continue doing that, because it's creative. You can play as a team, you can adventure,
Nice.
it's it's a place where you can learn and develop communication skills. And you have to learn how to read, because you got to figure stuff out, so that you're not always sitting there going, Dad, what is this? Dad, what is this? Dad, how do I do this? And I finally taught my kids, I was like, if you don't want to have to keep asking Dad, how do I read this? Well, learn to read. And guess what? They started doing it, and they learn from it, and they've grown. And so if your kids play Minecraft, have them play more. Not
Don't
excessive amounts, but have them play a healthy amount, and observe with them. Play with them too. Don't leave them alone. Play the
Yeah.
game
question.
with them.
Question. Does it show you how to create a community as well?
It can. It can teach you. One of the things that we work on is, because my son and his friends all play Minecraft together. We got rid of Roblox from our kids' tablets so that they cannot access Roblox, because that is a trap. There's a lot of trafficking that goes on Roblox,
Oh,
and kids get put into some really bad
wow.
situations.
Yeah.
So we got the kids off Roblox, but we've always kept Minecraft because that's a controlled environment. We have, and what we do is we get three of them playing together, and at points they'll play really well together. You'll see them creating together. They're like, hey, I'm going to go be this person, and I'm going to go mine all this stuff, and when it comes back, you're going to be able to build this. And they do that with each other. Then there's other times when you get to see the problem solving part of the community, because they'll start fighting each other, like
Okay.
actually in the game. They'll battle each other, and then they get mad because they lose, or
Yeah.
they break something that they didn't intend to break, and they get
Yeah.
mad. But then they have to figure out how to rebuild it, and then we can work through those conflict points. And I've used those conflict points as a couple points to be like, hey, you three, or you two, this was a horrible response you gave. You
Yeah.
acted like, what the response you gave was this. Why is it horrible? And what happened? And that's about it. And then we move on and forward from it. You teach them why the response was either a good one or a bad one. And you praise the good responses. You need positive validation that what you're doing is right. And so, like, Minecraft is a great one, because you kind of have to build together. If you want to make a thriving crafted village, or crafted, like, compound or fortress or whatever cool thing you want to build, it's really hard to do it by yourself at times. And so to me, it's been a great way to do conflict resolution and foster creativity. And I get to spend time with my kids while we do it. So it's
Correct.
always fun. But also, yeah, play games that you can beat them at.
Yeah.
Play like Smash Brothers or something, or play board games or card games and beat them. Don't purposely just lose to your kids all the time. Beat them. Show them what loss feels like and how to cope with it.
One of my favorite games was Monopoly. Okay.
Oh God.
Oh God, I
Yeah.
hate Monopoly. God, I hate Monopoly. Like that's how you flip tables is Monopoly.
Yeah.
Like, I have a feeling that the Last Supper wasn't about food. That painting,
Yeah,
it
it's a
was they
Monopoly
playing
game.
Monopoly, and Jesus got up and was like, "Fuck this game."
Yeah. My wife just plays it until the last property is bought. So you're just going around. It's like, oh, that's the last property. The game's over. And it's kind of like, then the kids are like, oh, let's keep playing. And instantly everybody's mad because somebody's got 50 hotels and you land on it. So
I like Catan. Catan's a great one that you can play that's somewhat like it's that Euro style, so it's got there's risk reward in it. You don't know exactly what's going to happen all the time, but it's a great one to get like that loss mentality in, and or how to win and strategize. So there's some great games out there. I love playing board games. If you want a really cool alternative as an adult to say Risk or one of those style games where it's not quite so long, but it's really fun. Risk. And like, Risk takes fucking forever. God, that game.
It's another fighting game. Everybody ends up battling each other. Oh no!
Is this game Scythe?
Oh, God, yeah.
It is a slightly alternative history. Where after like World War I or something, there's a bunch of mechs and like there's different empires that are trying to just capture places on the map. You never actually have to fight each other in this game. Like you can complete the entire game without anybody having any fight. Like you could complete the entire game diplomatically where nobody fought and nobody killed anybody's troops during the game. Or you can stab somebody in the back and kill them and start taking shit and conquering the world. And you get these like random cards and like different scenes that you can do. Like you'll get a card and it's like, here's these 3 options. As this murderous dictator you came in, you can either convince the farmer to work for you and then burn down his farm. You get these prizes for that. You can convince the farmer to work for you and then buy all his meat and not burn down his farm, and you get this reward. Or you can do this other thing and something crazy happens. And it's fun because it's like these weird options that you're like, shit, this kind of makes sense. Do I really want to be the brutal dictator that lies to the farmer and then just burns down the entire place and then just takes everything? I get all these rewards for doing that one, but it feels bad. And it's fun.
We made up our own game, and it was like this. So we had this thing that printed out, like you could print out images on like just heated paper. So we had like one set of cards was like all these different like animated characters and stuff. But then the kids gave me a list of things like that they could be doing. So then, and I was like making these lists like kills Donald Duck with the katana blade. That was like the thing. So then they would draw one. It would be like the Little Mermaid kills Donald Duck with a katana blade. And then they would draw it. And so then we'd have to go around and guess what everybody drew. One of them was like makes a tent out of human skin. It's like So it's like Batman making a tent. So I've got all these. I got to go find this because I have like the whole sheet. We'd sit there making these. They had all these boring ones at first, but they're like, Daddy, you need to come up with some activities. So I wrote like all these just awful. Like all these awful. He got his head with his head on a stake. So I was drawing one. It was like Pluto. So I was like, oh, it's Pluto. And then I'm like, decapitated head. And I drew the stake. And it's like, you did Pluto's head on a stake, Daddy. So this is the kind of
it got so dark. Courtney's like, it's so dark. We just were talking about chess and surviving games, and now Pluto's head on.
My kids are sitting there laughing. He makes a tent out of human skin. Yeah, it's like Mickey Mouse. It's like, how do you even draw that?
Okay. Speaking of chess, though. Okay, sorry. Speaking of chess, I really love chess. I learned how to play as a child, and and you really learn how to strategize, and how to outwit your opponent. and it reminds me of the movie. Okay, what was her name? Anna Joy something. She played
Oh yeah,
that role
yeah,
in the. Oh my God, that movie was something else.
yeah. Molly's Game
Okay.
or something like that. Yeah. I just castle.
Yeah.
I castle every time because it just takes longer to beat somebody. It's like you're probably going to be better at me than chess, but if I castle, I just set up to. It's just going to take you a while because that's a good defensive position. So that's my rule with chess. Just castle.
Checkmate. Okay.
Yeah, it takes them a while. You're stuck over there behind the pawns. So plus you get to move two things at once. And if people don't know chess, they're like, you can't do that. Like I can. That's castling.
Chess is such a. I tried to get into chess. Like I tried to, and then I couldn't. It was too much. It takes too much.
I can't
I
see
like
it.
to. I like so
Yeah.
many other board games that it's like that. I love the strategy of chess, and I know the complexity
Battle chess.
of chess and and like how hard of a game it really is. But I love my other strategy games so much more. I love my board games. I like my like fantasy where I get to be a dwarf and I just get to just like where I get to paint the minis and I get to make shit up as we go along. Like that's why I like D&D so much. But I like those storyline games. Like it's so much fun to express ourselves in like these creative, like sometimes offhandedly. It gets us to express some of the inner sides of ourselves that we wouldn't otherwise express in the real world, and like you get to make personas up, and that's why The Sims was fun too, but you always trap people in rooms and you're like, haha, you can't get out of here. I'm going to put you into this room, and then your husband is or your wife is going to cheat on you with your neighbor, and they're going to move in together, and you're going to be just stuck in this broom closet this whole time.
Conflict resolution.
Conflict resolution. See, you were the problem.
Yeah.
I put you into the box. You're no longer the problem. You're out of the problem. But like, we had a D&D game where my friend like was a semi-evil samurai and lopped the penis off of an ogre one time, and we put it on a chain and would swing it around and hit bad guys with it.
Yeah, see,
like,
nobody wanted to see that
in real life.
That brings us full circle. That's what you do, you know. If somebody's inappropriate, you cut it off and make a necklace out of it.
I think you might go to jail for that one. However, I do appreciate the thought. The thought around like it's ugly, dude. Just like it ain't impressive. Make fun of it. Humiliate.
Yeah.
Humiliate.
They send me to jail. It makes me feel bad about myself. So you can't do that. You know, don't change my behavior that way.
Yes.
Let me ask you about this. What about the Renaissance? I don't know. Did that start in Germany? You know, where people go and they dress up and you got a certain
Renaissance festivals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that early England?
Oh gosh, I
don't actually know. I don't know. I don't remember my European history.
Italy too was involved, but yeah, the Renaissance. We went from you got me. The Medicis. Just say the Medici. That's what it is. The Medicis. Then I'm done.
Is it done here in the United States, or is it mainly in Europe?
You're talking about like the Renaissance festivals? Or
well, you know, where people get together and they do these enactments on their own, you know, group of people and stuff like that.
They do those all over the place. Those are fun.
Yeah, they do them all over the place. The U.S. does a ton of those types of things, the Renaissance events. You get to see some really cool stuff when you go to those festivals. I used to like going to the German towns and the Oktoberfest and the German festivals. Those are always fun, like the celebrations of actual history. And like the cultural things, like people are like, oh, what is white culture? Where you're taking white culture away. Have you ever been to a German Oktoberfest festival or a German town in the US?
Yes.
Ain't nobody taking their culture away.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The food, the beer,
the food is good.
Culture, the clothes are fun. Just like the ciders, like everything, like why
music,
that's culture. The music, the speeches. Yeah, the Oktoberfest can be pretty gross in many places, and a lot of men tend to go really bad and really overboard and put themselves in stupidly compromised situations. Yes. I'm talking more about like the celebration of the cultural aspects. And no, I again don't attend a Renaissance festival unless you want to see some debauchery. If you're willing to see some really bad shit,
Like the Game of Thrones, right?
yeah, kind of. There's some Game of Thronesing in there. It's
Oh boy.
there's moments at those types of events like Oktoberfest where the dick will come out
Oh,
and
boy.
nobody will stop it. And like
They're
that's
drunk.
the kind of
They're drunk. They're
Yeah,
drunk. That beer has so much hops in it. People be under the table.
yeah.
You don't even remember what happened the next day.
debauchery. Yeah, she's asking. Oh boy.
What do I mean by type of debauchery? I mean like sometimes, yeah, those Oktoberfests can be like if you're in some areas, they can be they can have rape culture in them. And
Oh,
I'm not
boy.
saying that's the
Okay.
culture of the Oktoberfest. That is the culture of the men who are attending it, who think they can get away with those actions because they think, oh, I'm drunk and I'm probably white, so I get to do whatever I want and be rapey. And I've like, that's on us men is to call that shit out so that we can actually have situations again where people go to Oktoberfest and they don't feel like they're going to get raped or abused or on those lines. Like I want my kids to go to festivals like this. Like we could go to an Oktoberfest festival in Leavenworth, Washington, where we used to be, or around that area. We used to live in Washington State, and Leavenworth is a small town in the middle of nowhere in the mountains that is a German themed like true German Bavarian town. And their Oktoberfest was welcoming. There was a family event. Like that's the type of Oktoberfest that I want to go to. They had the big mountain horn that they would blow, and they had music, and they had accordions, and people were dressed in the lederhosen, and it was safe and it was inviting. That's the type of Oktoberfest that I encourage, because those people knew, hey, if we allowed this type of debauchery, rape culture to permeate, people won't come because they don't feel safe. And so their community kept it safe for others to show up. And that's what we need to continue doing, is building those communities stronger. And that's why festivals can be a really powerful thing, is we need to start organizing them. If you are someone who's really good at organizing and you want to get involved, organize. Do it. We're inviting you. Like other men needed the invitation, because that's what intelligent masculinity is about, is reaching out and giving you that invitation to become a better man and just suck less. Is take the invitation, go and do the thing that you are asking others to do, because we will save ourselves. And when you do it, you prove to yourself that you can, and you'll do it more. And this has been so much fun.
Yeah.
We could probably just keep going and going and going and going. And I don't think people would be upset about it. But I have a sick son at home, so I do have to go so that I can take care of my son and get him some lunch and all that adult dad things that, you know, we're supposed to be doing. And I want to give you guys some time back for your day, because there's other amazing creators out there also that would be, that deserve your attention too, and you got to go watch their shows. And so let's close ourselves out and promote ourselves, and show people where they can find us and the work that we're doing and how you can become parts of our communities. And I'm going to first start with our friend who's no longer here with us for today. I did not update his logo yet. Is Will Fullwood, the Contraband Wagon. He came on earlier. He had to drop. Come join him. Come support his work. Become a part of his community. He is incredible at what he does. He puts on some really great interviews, has some really good discussions, breaking down masculinity, decolonizing, breaking down racism, getting to a post-racialized society and how we can move forward together as a group and unite and be one people together. And I love Will. So come support him. Come support his work. Become a paid or free subscriber with him. Paid helps a lot for all of us. So support Will's work and become part of his and our community. Next, we have Margaret. Promote yourself, my friend.
Thank you so much. I help marginalized leaders increase their influence, their impact, and stop surviving these systems. Okay, and we're gonna take them over, and we're going to grow
Yes.
exponentially. Okay, and I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for your support, and I am totally grateful. And you have 61 people.
Yeah.
Nick, keep doing what you're doing.
Awesome.
Thanks, Margaret. I appreciate
Thank you.
you. You're awesome. Also, to the
you.
461 people on Substack with us, to the others who have been on YouTube or Twitch or both, we've had people on listening in on all 3 platforms today.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for being part of this discussion. Come subscribe to Margaret. She's fucking awesome. And I'm going to remind her that every day. I reminded her that the other day. Other people need to remind her because unfortunately the work that she's doing brings hate along with it. And people hate that she's empowering other leaders to empower themselves. Yeah, Natasha, we are on Twitch. Well, I stream all my shows on YouTube, Twitch, and Substack. And if you'd ever like to talk about doing that, we can definitely talk too. But Margaret is an empowered leader, and that brings about a lot of hate because other people don't want empowered leaders, especially women and especially Black women, because I've heard so many times in my life, especially around Black women, that you're uppity and I know how racist and shitty that fucking term is. And God damn, I love the work you're doing, Margaret.
Me too.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you so much. And I appreciate each and every one of you.
Killing it.
Margaret's awesome.
Next,
you too.
My friend, Walter Rhein. Promote yourself.
Oh, it's so wonderful to have these talks. And what I've been doing lately, leading up to the primaries, I've been really working hard to interview a lot of progressive candidates. And I really would like to see more people on Substack doing this because the oligarch media just doesn't give equal time to people who have a progressive message. And I would like to see more of our Democratic leaders come and talk to me and just make this more normalized because we need to push back against the hate messaging that has just got never-ending funding. So what we're trying to do here on Substack and elsewhere is just talk to people and normalize the idea of having these frank conversations, having candidates who are accountable to the people. I'm talking to somebody, I forgot her last name. Her first name is Ginger. She's running for Congress in Wisconsin's 3rd district, I think. So I'll be talking to her today at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. You can find my webpage. It's I'd Rather Be Writing here on Substack. You can go to streetsofperu.com. That forwards to it if you're reading this elsewhere. But yeah, help me out. And any of you who want to interview these candidates, please do it. The more we can just have messaging and we can normalize representatives that aren't afraid to talk to real people and answer sometimes hard questions like, hey, what's your net worth? Hey, will you not use your power to enrich yourself? And will you instead work for the people? And the fact that our current crop of representatives feel they're entitled to not answer questions like that, and so they avoid talking to people like Margaret or Nick, is a big reason why we're in this problem that we are. So yeah, your support means a lot. The more we can grow, the more we can get these progressive candidates elected. We really do have to take back the media, and that involves canceling all your subscriptions to all millionaire-owned, entities. They're not helping you. It's working class people that need to rise. We need to rise together. We have to create that community of working class people. We have to empower each other to stop listening to those lies that are imposed upon us, which maintain these unjust systems. And we have to recalibrate and create something new. So that's what we're working on. And Margaret and Nick, you're a big part of it. Thank you.
Gosh, I
love you guys. I love you guys. Okay.
Love hanging out with you. Yeah.
I got my goals.
Come support the shit out of Walter. Come support Walter.
Absolutely.
He's doing some incredible work. And the interviews are amazing. Your discussions with candidates are wonderful. Calling out the bullshit where it needs to be called out. Keeping true to yourself.
Call it out.
Growing where you learning and understanding. Walter, you're amazing. I appreciate you, my friend.
You are too. And Margaret too.
And finally,
Thank you.
come support me here. Come support me here at Sick of This Shit
Yes.
Publications. Come
Yes.
become a paid or free subscriber with me. We hit 33 rising in culture today.
Nice.
Yes.
With some new paid subscribers yesterday. That is how we get on the rising list, y'all, is the paid subscriptions. I really do hate asking for money from folks, but I do need your money to continue to work. And so continue becoming and converting from a free to a paid subscriber. If you want to see more of what I'm doing and see us get more tools, is help become a paid subscriber. Like Walter said, shift your money, move your money where it's important and where you find things valuable. So come support me here at Sick of the Shit Publications. We do these unabashedly progressive talks where we don't fall into the traps of right-wing talking points. I don't give a shit about what they have to say. Don't care.
Yes.
Your ideas are wrong. They suck. Too fucking bad.
We will no longer tolerate them.
And we talk about chronic illness. We openly discuss. We don't tolerate the bullshit. We openly discuss who we are. We openly discuss how we feel, what is going on in our lives, and how we support each other and build community. And then we actively talk to other men and soon other women on the Intelligent Masculinity series, because I'm bringing some female perspectives, especially around women who have children, who are boy moms or men moms. We have some really incredible guests coming up on the Intelligent Masculinity series, including Melissa Corrigan and Rachel Marin, because they are men moms who are raising young men who are positive and can be positive models and have been powerful mother figures. So we want to learn from them. So come join and help support the Intelligent Masculinity series so we can do these interviews. And go to our webpage, broadbanner.com, where you can find the network calendar. And soon I'm working on trying to get out a battle space map for Iran war coverage so that we can provide real up-to-date coverage for folks with our own mapping and our own simple analysis that is true to who we are. So come support Sick of the Shit Publications, because these services cost money and food costs money. And I'd love to have the ability to keep doing all this work for y'all as long as I can and continue to grow with everyone here. So again, for the 475 of you now that are on with us on Substack, nearly 500 today. So wonderful to have all of you here with us. So important that you're all here with us today. And if you want to get any of your amazing merch for the Sick of the Shit Publications, that also does really help, because that's going to lead towards me being able to pay other people to work alongside me so that I can continue to grow with others and not just be a volunteer force. Come grab your so you can grow coffee mug with Walter and my face hanging out on the back. Left or right-handed. We have t-shirts now. We got t-shirts and we've got other things. Come join us. Come help us, support us.
Hi, Jen.
Oh, Jen just dropped in at the end. We're going to be talking to Jen Budd here in 2 weeks. So if you're on Substack right now, hit Jen's name in the chat and you can subscribe to her. You can subscribe to her straight from the chat. Jen Budd is a former DHS CBP DHS officer who resigned in protest to the events around 9/11 or near 9/11 and some of the incredible trauma that gets inflicted on people who are, especially women who become part of DHS, and the rampant culture of supremacy and abuse and hate that is, and white nationalism that has become this. Instead of brown shirts, it's the ICE. They are our equivalent. And Jen was on the inside and saw a lot of it. And I've gotten to speak to her before, and I'm so excited to have her back with us to get more into like what that culture truly is and what we can do and are doing to break that culture and get rid of it, because it fucking sucks. It's ugly. It sucks. It's a waste of fucking time. It hurts people, and we need to fix it. And men, we're the problem in a lot of it. We need to fix us. And yeah, there are women out there who need fixing too. Y'all
Yes.
fix yourselves. Y'all
Yes.
get on to fixing women. Y'all get on fixing women. Men, we will finally get on doing our shit.
Yep. And
Because
you'll
you
feel
guys have
better.
put it down. You guys have laid the path for us. There's like a fucking super highway that has been paved in front of us for us to follow, to us to just say, yeah, we can do that. We can suck less. We can
Yeah.
be better. We can
Yes.
end the patriarchy and destroy that system of oppression and
Yeah,
supremacy. And that's what we're doing here. So come support us here at Sick of the Shit Publications. Support folks like Jen Budd, who is doing that work, who is actively out there confronting all of this and has been for years. Come support Natasha K.
Yeah.
We have the power because we are the power.
Yes.
We, the people, are the power. So let's be powerful together, friends. This
Wonderful
holy
time.
shit has been so much fun.
Yeah.
This has been such an incredible episode,
Yes.
everyone. I want to say thank you one last time for all of you being with us today. Really, really, really appreciate all of you. The replay will be out here in a while once it's available.
Impressive.
I'll get some. I'll have our notes included. Our artwork will be included as always, and the pictures. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Remember, you will not see me this afternoon for Intelligent Masculinity. That has been rescheduled for tomorrow with Wajahat Ali. And then you'll see me in the morning again on Thursday for another Intelligent Masculinity with Ken Harbaugh. And then the Diogenes Club in the afternoon with Walter Rhein, Eric Lulov, and Evan Fields. For our Thursday afternoon special, if Walter's able to make it.
Not this time, but next time.
But we have our Diogenes Club, our men's club, where again we're asking where are the men, and we're breaking down this bullshit. So thanks everyone. Have an incredible afternoon. Have a wonderful day. Go fight fascism. Go be positive. Go be creative. Go do something to express your beauty, your joy,
Oh, there's the hearts.
to those around you. And like we always say, friends, we're done being sick of this shit, and now we're doing this shit. Thanks, everyone.
Yes.
Have a great
Thank
week.
you. Love to all.
Thank you.